drinks. And a test to your gun, I got hanky pain. Delay, then she went to Kiki. You know we get freaky, we going for 3-piece. Butterfly doors in the air like a 6-feet. Wings, king, got the rings. Fuck you mean, snap his fingers in the scene. Docs with the lean, gun got a hit record, watch it sing. Daytona gloves and I leave it pristine. Most points score, yeah, I'm going Kareem. Polo sheets, polo dreams. Yeah, delay.
Here. Mic test. Are we sounding, chat?
Yo.
I know this kind of crazy. This ain't the Movie Guys podcast. Let's see. Are we good, chat? Everybody do a mic test?
Yo.
Mic test.
Alrighty, man. Well, this is the Delayed Takes podcast, episode 36. And I'm your host, Saint. Of course, we got Docs Brando in the building.
Yeah.
We got two special guests straight from Movie Guys, Tarek and Mafia Quad.
Let's get cinema.
What up?
No Kiki, because it is that man's birthday was 2 days ago. So y'all send him happy birthday wishes on Twitter and whatnot.
You know what I'm saying?
Chat. So, you know, that man's a whore too. Like we have to always address that. No,
why
no damn nigga.
Why you gotta put his shit out there, man? Why you gotta expose the laundry?
You number 2 on that list.
What?
This man Kiki had an all white fit, brother. That is whore activity. White Nikes.
Damn.
Box.
Nigga can't feel clean. Nigga can't feel like Tommy the White Ranger. Nigga, damn.
Oh, he definitely White Ranger because I know he got a gold chain with it too. So yeah, it's crazy. No King on the pod this week either. He doing a side quest. I'm just leave it at that.
Oh shit.
So he's pretty busy. He'll be back on the next episode. But first off, man, let me see who's in the chat, man. All the subs that's in the chat, comment right now, bro, because I'm about to give away some codes. I don't see nobody in the chat, man. I ain't gonna give away no codes.
Giving out. Damn, we moving like that. We got free shit to give out.
Hey, man, got some leftover codes. I'm trying to give them away. You feel me? Only to the subs. You got to show me proof that you sub to the channel. You're not getting the code. You feel me? Let me see. But fuck it, man. While we got the chat loading up and everything, I got a random topic that was not listed, man. I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking about classic songs they can do without. Like, they either like hate it or it's just like they think it's overrated and not worth it. I just thought, what are some classic films or just one classic film that everybody praises that you can do without? Like, you don't care.
Ooh, I got one. Godfather. I don't care for that series at all. And y'all could probably kill me for it. I do not like none of the movies. I don't get the obsession with them. I do think there's better mobster movies out there. And I just don't like. I never cared about the movies at all. And I've watched them before. My family's watched them. I just don't care.
They're long ass movies, bro. Like it's
That too. And Titanic. Those two movies I absolutely do not like.
I only remember Titanic like seeing it once and that's it, bro. Like I've never went out
Facts.
my way to watch it.
Uh, if you were at my family's house on TNT on Sundays, that shit was always on because TNT always used to show them.
Facts.
So I always had to watch it because my family was watching it, and I was like, "Yo, I do not like watching the Titanic."
Yeah, I don't blame you. Mafia, you got one?
Oh,
Wait, say it again.
You got one? What's a classic film you don't care for, man?
Classic film. Damn. But okay, I'm just gonna pick one. What's one? What's one? I'm trying to think of a classic one. The Notre Dame, the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh shit.
Are you serious?
interesting.
Whoa,
Interesting
whoa,
pick.
whoa! Damn,
Interesting pick. Interesting pick. Okay.
that's my
Uh,
favorite Disney movie. That's crazy.
Hey, that's
oh
an underrated
shit.
film.
Mhm.
Hey.
That's the darkest Disney movie of all time. Like, people got to go back over that
Really?
movie. Is dark as shit.
Hey.
Yeah.
I got a topic after this. I got a topic after this. Then
Uh-oh.
I got a topic after this. This is a perfect segue after this. But go ahead, continue. So what about Notre Dame is just like it's not it for you?
It's just like it's well, okay. So let's put it like this. I want to say one of the little Disney princess movies, but I haven't seen most of them. And it's just like, okay, out of all the Disney movies I've seen, which one do I feel is like the weakest to me, like in terms of my personal like? And I say that's the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't think it's a bad movie, but it's not something I'm gonna go out my way to see. Even if it come on TV, I'll probably just change the channel look for something else. But it's not
Yeah.
a bad movie. I just couldn't think of anything. I want to say Hellraiser, but that's not a classical movie.
No,
Uh
you can count that as a
no,
Yeah,
no.
classic.
that's one of the horror. That's one of the classic I wouldn't say slashers, but those demon characters like Freddy, Jason. He's not up there with them, but he's like that next tier right below.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just cause Pinhead's a little different.
Okay, I'll swap it out then. I'll change it out. So Hellraiser, that's what I want to say originally, but I didn't think that was a classic.
That has a cult fan base. Like people, there's like a whole community of people who
I
love
think
those films.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's surpassed the cult classic. I think it's a classic.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll swap it out then. I'll say Hellraiser instead of Notre Dame.
Mm.
I just never got the motivation of the guy in the movie. I was like, why is he so mad? But
Yeah.
like, who pissed
Hey,
him off?
what you talking about? Who?
Hellraiser.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I
Oh,
don't
Elroy?
understand. I don't understand what his motivation is at all. Like,
Are you talking about Pinhead himself? Or are you talking about the
Pinhead. Yeah, Pinhead. Like,
no Pinhead's premise and like the rest of the what are they called? They're not Deadites. It's like something demon. I forgot what they call, but like they're just like about like crazy like torture for pleasure type shit. So that's why he got the pin in the head. Old boy got his face stretched the fuck out type shit.
yeah,
And they
dude,
don't,
his teeth all
you know what I'm saying?
hooks in his
And like
teeth and shit. Yeah.
they don't they if you fuck with that shit, you better stay true to it. You can't just try to get out. And that was the premise of that first movie was old girl dude came back from the dead and was like feeding on people and beating the Goonies down on another shawty to like keep him going type shit. Shit was crazy. That does have one of the best practical effects though. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm not gonna lie, I got one that might piss people off.
Go ahead, boy.
I can do without the Terminator series
As a whole?
as a whole.
Interesting.
Ooh, wow.
Interesting.
You don't like
Main-
T2? Or
See, here's the thing. I like
T2
T2.
is so special. That's special.
It is, but let's be real. Niggas, especially that this the whole franchise as a whole, they ride the fuck out of Terminator 2 so bad. It's like how Disney rides the fuck out of like the Skywalkers in every Star Wars movie. Like you just running this shit to the ground to the point where they're trying to do a reboot.
Okay, but okay, T2 and you saying the Skywalkers are kind of like it's just a little bit different, just because we're talking about a particular film as a whole in a series, and you're talking about a particular family in a franchise, like a lineage. So like
I don't care for it anymore, bro. Like they didn't make so much bullshit to where I'm like, I don't
that
know.
timeline is. I will say that
I,
timeline is terrible. That timeline
it,
is horrific.
yeah, yeah, they never cleaned it up because the first three make sense. Even though
Yeah,
people didn't like Terminator 3, I still think it was a decent film. Of course, it
it
doesn't
was.
match the first two, but after that one was Salvation, Genesis, and whatever came after that, it's like they had no. I don't know what they were thinking. So I can understand if you like watch all those movies and you're like, yo, this series as a like in general, because most of the movies are ass now. If you look at it now, there's
Yeah,
like 8 of those movies, and majority of them are trash. It wasn't like that when there was the first three. You could say there was two really good movies and one decent one, and now you could say there's still two good, really good movies, one decent one, and the rest are ass. But it just so happens that 4 of them are ass now. So, and then you have the spin-off series of Sarah Connor. So I could see why people like, especially like people that are younger. Like, if you grew up in the movies, you're probably gonna like them a lot more. But if you were like a
Whoo!
late 2000s baby, you're probably not gonna fuck with Terminator like that. And I can't really blame you.
Hey,
no, not love.
dude said Ghostbusters. Damn.
I
I,
got
I don't
that
Damn.
on
I,
there
I don't
too.
I
They
don't I
ran
don't
that
get
down.
that would be my second choice. I don't get the appeal of George Ghostbusters. I don't know why people like that movie either.
Oh,
It's
facts.
not a great, it's not like a bad movie, but I don't
Mm-mm.
understand why people are obsessed with it. Because with people actually, you ask people who like watched it the first time, they're like they love that shit. Like
Yeah,
they love Bill Murray, they love it. But I'm like, it's a good movie, but I don't really think of it as some special like, oh wow, this movie like changed my life. But people absolutely swear by it. I just don't see the appeal.
I think it's
Not
just. I think it's a film of its time. Number one.
most definitely.
It's, def. When you think of like the most '80s films possible, that's at least top five of like the
Yeah,
iconic characters, quotables. Low key, there was some good. There was some decent special effects in it. Oh,
oh
Jurassic
shit,
Park!
this is
Damn!
crazy.
wait. So
Nah,
can you give me
nah.
so I can ban whoever
Damn!
did that?
This is
There,
Damn!
okay, there's no way you don't like that. That's such a like movies of today are not being made like the way they are today. If not for Jurassic Park,
yeah, they're not.
yeah.
Facts.
That like that movie is like
Hey,
a
no, they went
watershed
out
movie.
of their way for those special effects. Them niggas had to put this. They had to put the team on their back for that. Oh my god!
And ironically, like coincidentally, yesterday when I fixed my sound system and stuff like that, I was watching the 8K clip of the Tyrannosaurus Rex coming out of the TV, not coming
Yeah,
out of the paddock. And to this day, like yes, you can see a little bit of aging on it, but the CG or whatever, I don't know how they did that because sometimes I'm like, dog, how did they do this in the 90s? Because
for real.
it still looks like really good, especially when you like they shot it on film too. I think that's why too they shot it on film. So for them that movie to still hold up to this day, damn near 30, about to be 40 years later, that is freaking crazy.
You
So I,
you have to watch. It's a series on Netflix. They did and they go over how movies were
Oh yeah,
made. They did an episode on Jurassic Park. I'm telling you, you gonna fuck with that episode. Heavy, dead
yeah.
serious.
I
I
Go
know
gotta
they
ahead.
watch it.
do. Didn't they do one
I'm
on
gonna find the
shows
name.
too?
I'm gonna find the. I'm gonna find what it is. Give me a second, and then
Yeah.
definitely tap into that on the
Yeah.
side when you can. Okay, Saint. I
Oh,
got a couple options here. I got a couple options. Well, because I was really thinking. I was really thinking. And I'm trying to decide: do I go for films that I've actually seen or films that I truly am never going to watch? So I got two options. I got two options, and I know it's early, but I'm gonna say this film, the film that I have watched myself. Frozen is been overrated from the jump. I
I have
hate
it
it,
on there.
despise it. I don't get the appeal. I don't get how people are going to say that they're the first female characters to really stand out and do something crazy when Mulan saved all of
Fact.
China. I got
Yeah.
problems with Frozen so much. So
You
much.
don't want to
Like,
build a
I
snowman on
think that's like what Tarek was
no.
saying earlier. It's kind of just like a younger person kind of thing.
Yeah, I
it? Yeah,
agree. Frozen is one of those movies where I watched because at the time I had a cousin of age who watched it, and she loves them. And now she's how old is she now? She's 17. She's 17 this year. So she absolutely swears by those movies. But when I watch them, like I like Moana. So Moana is like one of my favorite like new Disney movies, and I love that movie. But so it's not like me hating the new stuff because Moana's like up there for me. But Frozen just didn't do it for me. So
Yo,
I understand where you're coming from. I just don't get the
Frozen is
appeal.
bogus. But I didn't have nobody younger around me and had to spam it. I watched it. I think was it. They came out what junior, sophomore year? What that year? What year they came out? We just literally got done with like a state test and they just put that shit on and I'm like, bro, this
I think
is
it's
what people are gassing
2012.
up.
Yeah, that's what
This
they
is what
would
people
do.
gassing up. I was
Yeah.
like, this.
And you know
I
what
was
made it
sick to my
worse?
stomach.
When I played Kingdom Hearts, that was I hated that level. I hated that Frozen.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That and so that made it even worse for me because it made me like, dog, I hate this movie and this level was in the movie and the level was ass. So it pissed me off even more. Like, and I never watched. I don't think I watched. No, I did watch Frozen 2, but even that, like, I was like, okay, it just whatever. I'm not saying the movies are bad. I just don't see how
I'm saying
people
I'm kind of saying the movies are
love it.
bad.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
yeah.
saying the movies are
I
bad.
don't know. They used to play it a lot during like state trips. So when we're having like long hauls and moving through different cities and shit, we were forced to basically watch it because that's the movie they would pick, bruh. Like it it was gonna be a Disney movie played regardless. Like if they didn't pick that, one day we would watch like Transformers, and then the next day be like, nah, the girls get to pick, and it's just like, all right, fuck it. I'm forced to watch it. I'm either gonna have to sleep or just go ahead and just watch it, bro. Fuck it. And it wasn't bad, but I was just like, I don't see
Bro, it's not
why.
like that. It's
Yeah,
not like that. Even the songs are not like that. I promise you, Disney's been going on making songs for almost 50 plus years, give or take. There's plenty of songs that they got in their belt, in their arsenal that are better than Let It Go. I promise you. Also, number two, the film series that I'm never going to watch, that I'm never going to care for. I'm never going to watch the motherfucking Lord of the Rings. That's never happening. I'm
oh,
sorry.
y'all about to
It's
fight.
never happening.
Y'all about to fight. Uh
Trent
It's
just disappeared.
it's never happening. I don't care. I'm not. I don't care. I'm not watching that boof shit. I don't care about Middle Earth or nothing. Fuck that. Fuck
Whoa,
that.
whoa,
Nigga sick to his stomach right now. I done shot him in the chest.
whoa.
oh.
That's insane. You have you ever watched it or you have never seen it?
No, I've never seen. All I seen is clip. I already seen is like
Okay.
trailers. Me skipping through channels. Like and I've never been like, yeah, I need to watch this. No,
Y'all didn't
no,
see the
You need to
games?
give it a chance.
no, no games, no nothing.
You got to give it a chance.
I
I
don't think
haven't
so.
watched it, but
Hey
my
man,
aunt is a super Christian, and she loves like how it's like interconnected with like Christianity and stuff.
Of course you do.
And I'm tempted to watch it. Like I was talking to Tyrek like the other day because I think the collection's on sale, so I might start the series next week.
I bought every single collector's edition that's come out for that whole franchise.
Sheesh. All
Every
right.
single, every single one from when the first the DVDs came out. The extended edition, I got the collection for that one. That's at home. When the first Blu-ray editions came out, I got them, and then the three Ultra HD ones because they had three different editions, and
Yeah.
I've literally gotten every single one. Like I got a, I don't have the replica ring with me, but even in that one, I bought for my mom for her birthday. Like that shit was like $800, dog.
Yeah.
Because
Damn.
me and my mom like absolutely like that's the movies that we watched like growing up. We went to like we remember going to the theater and like experiencing it like when the fellowship first ended. Like I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but people were like, "Yo, the movie ended," but we didn't know there was two other parts coming out. So we were like, "Yo, what the
Using
hell?"
it.
So the people want to know. I'll never forget. It was in December in 2003, dog. The movie end. No, it was 2001. I'll never forget. Like everyone was like, "Huh?" They ended the movie like that. They didn't destroy the ring, and we had to look up because back then they didn't really like let us know that there was two other movies coming out. So we
Yeah.
were ignorant to it. So people, I never remember like forget the reaction for the people like gasping because the movie ended. And then I know y'all like watch Endgame and Infinity War in theaters. Like the experience was like a part of like the in theater experience was a part of that movie that kind of enhanced it. But I'm telling you, that happened Lord of the Rings 20 years prior to that, where like people were like in the theater like losing their mind. It wasn't to the effect I think of Infinity War Endgame where people
Yeah.
were like kind of like screaming, but there were certain parts in Lord of the Rings where people were like started getting up and just clapping. And up to that point, I was only 9 years old at the time when the first one came out. So when I was like I didn't see that in the theater before. I watched Star Wars special editions in the mid '90s, and no one did that shit. I've watched other movies up to now, and I like the only movies I've ever seen that is either Passion of the Christ, Lord of the Rings, and like
That
the
was an
new,
experience.
yeah, where like the actual theater experience like enhanced the movie.
Hmm.
You got me
I hear you.
thinking.
So
It's
I don't know.
been a
Maybe because you didn't watch it in theaters. I feel like if you were watching the movie in theaters, like the movies would mean a lot more to you versus
different.
watching it like at home 20 years later. It might not hit as much.
You got me thinking though.
I don't know, cause recently, not recently, like probably like at least a year or two ago, I went through the whole Indiana Jones franchise,
Oh
and that Raiders of the Lost Ark is just generational. It transcends. It's timeless. That's a classic.
That's what I like to hear.
You know what I'm saying? So like to say that just because I didn't experience it in theater, and of course the theater experience is always gonna, well,
Enhance it, though.
not always, but some films definitely are better or get a little tax attached when it in theaters. Doom Part 2 in theaters, phenomenal, absolutely
Yeah.
glorious, especially on the 70 millimeter X IMAX. Bro, I felt like I was in the spice, swear to God. But there are some films that it doesn't matter where you watch it or how you watch it, it will be of caliber. It just is. You know what I'm saying? Because if it can't be transferable, is it as good that we as you would say it is?
no, it is.
You
I'm
see,
just saying. I
no, no,
think a lot of people miss. I feel like you still have to experience. If you go back and like, if you were there and then, I still think the movies hold up in your living room because every time that shit came on TNT, we turned that shit on like, or I think it was TNT or TBS. We watched it like over and over again. Like I think those DVDs.
You cut
You
out.
just went
yeah,
silent.
he cut out like a mug. I was like,
Yeah. Think you fixing this mic. I was gonna say though, the last time I seen people in the theater like clap was Endgame and Oppenheimer. I feel
Oh,
like,
Sonic.
yeah, that's a good one too. But that was like, to me, that was for the post credit. I'm talking about like
No,
just the movie as a whole.
Am I back?
when they went Super
yeah,
Sonic,
you good?
Oh, okay. I
everybody
was trying
went
to
crazy.
say that no you the movie theater experience I just felt like you were there, you understood how much it meant to people back then. I still think you can watch it at home and it still transfers really well, but I do feel like people did miss out like not seeing it in theaters. There was just a factor there where like it's like Infinity War. I still think that's a pretty good movie, but it's one of the movies where like you remember where you were where you watched it, and I remember where I was as a child watching Lord of the Rings, and that's why I
Hmm.
feel like to me it enhances me. At least for me, 'cause I always would go back to like, yo, remember in the theater when that lady, like me and my mom always reference this lady like losing her fucking mind in the theater. Like that's why like it's that personal connection where I feel like it enhances movies. But I still think it stands well on its own without the actual theater experience
I
though.
actually hear you. I hear you because one experience that was really great for me is when the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side Dimensions films went to
Fine.
theaters.
Yeah,
Boy,
Atem
me,
when he came back, yeah.
I took me and my little brother go see that. They gave us the whole little. They gave us
Shine and
exclusive.
Bloom.
They gave us exclusive Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and
Hmm.
then we was in the theaters, and then like a scene happened, and then I remember saying out loud like, "Damn, this nigga Kaiba won't quit." And then some nigga was all like, "You damn right he won't." And then like the whole like everybody's over here laughing they fucking ass off, bro. There's certain moments that you can't experience when you're in the crib just chilling. So
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
You know
But
what? Yeah, that's kind of is like how Sonic 3 was because we were chopping it up with just random. Because I went with a homie, we was chopping it up with just random people in the audience, bro, just cracking jokes and shit. Like, yeah, I see what you mean. The movie experience does enhance it.
it does. Now, that's not for all films. That's all I'm going to say. I seen Megalopolis in theaters.
Oh God.
That shit is a hot pile of
I
garbage.
feel bad. Didn't Mafia you watch that shit, right?
Nope, that was
Oh,
one time in
why see
red.
if Mafia didn't watch it, you know that shit was fucking
Bro,
trash.
bro. I only went because one of my closest friends are like, bro, this is a movie I'm thinking about. We can just hang out afterwards. Whoop de whoop. I was like, all right, bet. It's me, him, and his homeboy, and I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? And then he couldn't even defend it. He didn't even defend it. He was like, bro, this I don't know. He said what old boy name? What old boy name? Because he did Godfather and Dracula. What is boy name?
The director?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
director. What's that? Um, it's something with a G. What that nigga name, bro? Hold
Not
up.
Guillermo del Toro, right? Not him, right?
No.
No.
There we go, Francis. That nigga
Yeah, Francis.
Kolapa. Yeah, that nigga right there. That nigga over there bullshitting. I was pissed the fuck off.
You got to think though, and this is why I don't really hate on him. And I was never gonna watch the film. Like I almost got fooled, but something told me in my gut, like, don't watch this shit. The thing was, the nigga, it was a passion project for him. He'd been trying to make that movie for like a decade, but we should have known it was like a red flag where nobody wanted to sign off on it. Like every studio turned him down. Was like, yeah, nah, this shit ain't
Even
making
Warner
none of that
Brothers?
profit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, everybody
Huh?
turned it down, and they warned him like, nigga, do not put your own money into this. And he
He
still did it.
did. Boy, I tell you.
That's a life lesson right there.
Hey, I will say this. Shia LaBeouf is memorable in that film. I don't know. That nigga really just let him go crazy. I ain't gonna hold you.
I didn't know he
That
was in
shit.
it.
Hey, I promise. You watch it. You.
I
I
didn't know he was
promise
in
you.
it.
You watch it. You're not gonna forget that he's in it. I promise you.
Yeah,
This sounds like Rebel Moon. I'm not gonna watch it.
yeah, I'm not. This writing tease
That's
bag,
another.
bro.
So, hey, I'm not doing. I can't go for that. Mm-mm.
Docs. I wasn't gonna watch it, right? And
Yo.
this nigga
Mm-hmm.
T, he's part of the Disco Ring, and he was like, "Hey, Saint, review this movie because real niggas don't want to watch some good movies. Review this for the pod." I'm like, "Okay, I got you, man." Because this is when I was reviewing streaming movies.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of fucked it up, bro. Because when I was like 10 minutes in, I said, "Nigga, this is literally just a rip off of Star Wars and every like German like propaganda like film, right? Like war film." I said, "Yeah,
Oh,
no."
That's
oh
crazy.
man.
Tree tried to send you to your deathbed. That's nuts.
He
Yeah, no,
did. That movie
no,
was
he's the
ass.
That's a
He tried to
crazy
kill
setup.
you.
Like,
Crazy
like
setup.
docs. They have the nigga Ajax say my name. Like, what's my name? That nigga. You know, the Spartacus nigga, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Fire. Phenomenal. The cast is like on point, right? But I'm like, this script is ass. I'm like, listen, Snyder, we all know he don't write the best scripts, right? He's been like on a stinker run. But usually I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, the visuals and the action makes up for
That
it.
he hasn't
I couldn't do it.
he hasn't had something, in my opinion, he hasn't had something good since Watchmen. So
Yes, that's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Watchmen is truly his last. I think it's a great movie. I think it's like the only great movie he's probably made. Honestly,
Yeah.
is Watchmen. Honestly,
It was bad, docs. Like I kid you not, I stopped after 10 minutes and I told T and I told the whole panel, I'm like, I can't review this movie, dog. This is ass. It was the first time on the pod where I said, this is a what did you say, Ma? Because you the one that quoted me, Mafia. Was it DNF or whatever? Or where the fuck it's called? Could not finish.
Oh
oh yeah.
shit.
Hey yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Megalopolis, and I watched this terrible ass movie called The Uglies on Netflix.
Why would you do that?
I did, bro. I was just like, I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. That shit was terrible. And then that was the last time I did a review on two films that I did not like. I'm not doing that no more. If I do not like it, I'm not telling the people, or I might do like a small IG reel type shit. Other than that, I'm not putting myself through
Mm-mm.
torture. I'm not putting myself through torture. Try to find some good shit out of it. Like, can't do it.
Yeah,
Impossible.
exactly.
That shit hurt. That shit fucking hurt. Like,
Mm-mm.
I had a home. He watches everything. Like he don't care what he watches. He just watches it. The reason why I know not to watch that movie because he was like, "Dog, I couldn't watch it." I'm like, you out of all people couldn't watch the movie. He's like, "Man, I couldn't do it." Yo, he watches any Tubi movies. Whatever. He don't care what it is. He will just put it on and have it in the background watching. He said he had Rebel Moon in his background and he couldn't even finish cleaning his house. He said I couldn't do it. He said the movie was that bad. He was like,
hey,
it couldn't even serve as background
hey,
noise. That's insane.
hey. Holy shit! It couldn't even be background noise. He said, "I gotta turn this bullshit off."
No, he was like, I gotta turn something else on because he said he kept hearing like them talking. He like, it just it didn't
Hey,
make any sense.
that's like watching a movie with Gal Gadot on it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Kal-El, no, yeah,
Kal-El,
Yeah,
no.
no.
Max,
Bring me the
give me back
stone.
the stone.
And honestly, though, you know what? The crazy shit when I saw her do that, and I didn't catch it the first time, but
At all.
I did feel something
Hey,
weird. But then when I
I
went on
still have not
Twitter,
seen that one.
I
I
saw it
still have
on
not seen that
Twitter.
movie.
I saw it on Twitter. Everyone was making fun of her. I'm like, oh, it was that bad. It happened so fast in the theater that I didn't really care about it too
You
much.
saw
But
it in
Oh, you saw it in
theaters?
theaters?
the Kal-El, no,
Oh
yeah, oh Kal-El, no, yeah,
no.
yeah.
Wonder. Oh my
Oh, and
god.
I saw
Holy.
1984 in theaters. But yeah, biggest mistake of my life. One of them. Yeah,
Holy.
because the first Wonder movie
It's good.
was
It's
Hey,
good.
good.
the first.
Yeah.
So
Hey, you know what? There's
Uh-oh.
probably moments in that first one where she is not a good actress. But I promise you, that film is so full of aura that like I don't pay attention.
but you know why it worked? Because she was Wonder Woman, so she was acting like a person who didn't know what she was doing.
Yep.
So she was literally impersonating someone that she was already. She don't know how to act, so she know how to be a actual modern person. So she
Yep.
was doing her job right. The problem is in the second movie, she's been with civilization for like 50 years. So we expected her to like adapt, and she was still it's like damn, like you still doing the same thing. Yeah, they play that damn every time she started walking, they start playing that theme. I'm like, they're doing that to like
Fucking
make
needle
sure she
drop.
don't talk. Yeah,
Tina
it's like, all
Gal
right,
or whatever.
Gal, don't talk. We're gonna play the theme. Just run really fast.
Run fast, swing your sword, look pretty.
Yeah, yeah, jump and
Hey,
please don't say anything.
Talk.
shout out to that cellist because she carried that whole film with just that whole performance, dog. Because
Who?
the cellist that performed
Uh,
that song, Tina, I think it's Tina Gal. I think that's her name.
uh
Shout out to her because that theme song carries that fucking whole Wonder Woman character.
dog.
Boy.
What a
Hey,
downfall.
man.
It could be the worst scene in history, but that song that starts playing, you just like,
Yeah, that Warner Brothers like, yeah, that theme hits. Keep playing it.
Mhm.
Don't stop.
Hey,
Don't stop it.
okay, real quick, can we turn this into what the fuck happened with the DC Snyderverse section? Just for a quick second.
oh, hold on.
Just
All
for a
right.
quick second. Just for a quick second.
We could do that, but first I gotta see if the chat is active, bro. Is the chat active right now?
Oh shit, he trying to give out them codes.
I'm gonna get out one code right now, and I'm gonna keep doing it during the
I don't know
pod.
why we doing the autopsy of this shit
He
because
trying to he trying
Autopsy.
he trying to give out the jerk mates code.
Oh
oh,
man.
man, I could.
So
Oh man,
I need to know somebody in the chat. You got to give me the right answer on this, bro. You got to give me the right answer, bro.
for why the thing died?
No.
Oh,
What was the character reveal in Avengers: Age of Ultron?
Ooh.
wait, at the end of the
Wait,
movie or in the movie?
that's for the chat. It's for the chat. It's for the
It's
chat.
for the
It's for
chat.
the
It's
chat.
for the
Oh,
chat.
I'm making sure they know. I'm just want to make sure what they got the word like.
It was towards the end of the movie.
Oh,
You know the exact point. Somebody better get this answer right. It's an easy fucking answer.
Niggas getting
Thank you. Thank
niggas
you.
getting quizzed.
Fresh ingredient, bro. I know you sub to the channel. Listen, if you still an op though and being a what's it called, a double agent, I'm gonna get you up out of here. But shout out to Fresh ingredient. I got a code for you, brother. So DM
oh,
me on Twitter.
you know what's funny? The answer to that question is the reason why the DCU is not. They had no vision at all. They had no vision at all. They were like, yeah, let's just start making movies and not have a plan.
Hey, beautiful. Beautiful. That nigga
Beautiful.
he saw the lob and just dunked it. Beautiful. Excellent. Excellent execution.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying? Fatality. Like, dude.
Yeah, Fresh ingredient. DM me on Twitter at the Lake Saint. I got a Avengers: Age of Ultron code for you, brother.
Let's.
And,
Oh
and
man.
it's 4K digital, by the way.
All right.
Got another question for the chat. I Gotta think. Because I don't want to get it too easy. Should I make it easy? Should I make it hard? Pause.
You made it
Yo.
easy. You already gave him an easy one, so you could do a more difficult one.
You know what? The second movie, bruh, I'm gonna put it in the in our private chat right here in StreamYard.
Okay.
And Doc,
Okay.
Doc,
Okay.
Loki, you can give them a I guess a question for this one. Some are probably gonna be too easy.
Nah, I think Mafia, I think you can make a better question with this. I think this is a lie for you.
Oh shit. What was the name of Pepper's uncle?
Oh shit.
She had an uncle?
Oh, that's a good one, yo. That's actually a good one.
Yeah. Oh, you know
That
what?
is a good one.
That is a good one. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay, I remember.
And I hope y'all was paying attention to that movie because it's no. I'm trying to lob it up for somebody else though. I know somebody in the chat knows it. Mafia, give him a hint.
He's not the uncle's not the only one that's named his name.
There you go. Tarek got it.
Yes.
We're talking about a Marvel movie. Come on. It's a Marvel Avengers movie.
And the two characters do not appear in the same movie.
Yeah, I'll give you another hint. It's a deleted scene in Endgame. There's no way y'all struggling, bro.
Come on, dog. I'm gonna give him a hint. If you like rum, you know what it is.
Thank you. Waterboy, you still a fuck nigga. Love you though.
We got it.
You got me on Discord, so just DM me and I'll send you the code, brother.
We making things happen on delayed.
Don't you hate when you try to like take a picture and it does the flash when you don't need it, and then when you do need it, it doesn't do the flash?
Hey, be like that.
All right, this last one, bruh.
You doing all this free shit right away.
Hey, man. I'm the man of the people. This might be the last time we do a giveaway.
And we do not have the funds, people.
Yeah, that's not in our budget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those tariffs hitting hard. Huh?
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
What did Clint bring back from the test run of the time heist?
Oh shit, that's easy.
That's a good question. I forgot. I forgot.
It's very easy.
Niggas
I'll give
Googling
you a
like a
hint,
motherfucker
Tarek.
right now.
For real?
I'll give you a hint, Tarek. It's something Joel's not good at.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
Oh shit.
Niggas going crazy. What that nigga Dave Chappelle said on that skit, niggas wildin'.
Shout out to BT. Top Golf.
That's close, but not quite.
Oh shit. I'll give you a hint. The season just started for that sport.
Oh wow.
It's super simple, bro. If you don't get this, bro.
Before Bond got kicked off a whipping wheel, he always brought it up when he talked about Last of Us.
Mhm.
That video is wild though. I guess y'all don't want the code, huh? It's a layup, bro. It's easy. It's right there in front of you.
Looks like they don't want it. Womp womp.
Hey man, if y'all figure it out, or even somebody in the comment section, I got you on the code. Just DM me at Delayed Saint. Let's get back into the show though. Doc,
Yep. Yep.
you had a question for us, man.
Ah, fuck. It was what you talking about the Snyder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's. Cause at first it wasn't going bad, and then it just hit a crazy turn. So like, what happened to fuck up the Snyderverse to y'all? What was the first film where you're like, okay, this is literally horrific? What happened?
They rushed all the characters they weren't supposed to rush, and they took too long to make some characters movies. So I understand why they did the Superman movie first, and then they went into like Batman vs Superman. That made sense. But the way the Justice League got together, it happened too fast. And
Mm.
then they went and made origin movies for the heroes after the Justice League movie, which didn't make any sense. So it's like Aquaman came out after the Justice League movie. Then Flash came out after the Justice League movie. And I'm like, all right, y'all try to just go out and try to get Avengers and try to like compete with them at the beginning. That's why they did the Justice League movie first, because they wanted to compete with, I think, Age of Ultron. There was no need for them to do that. You're DC. You have history. Like you could build your characters up, and then your Justice League movie that came out in 2018 or 2019 versus 2016, I think when it came out, would have been a lot better if they just got all the characters that had their original movies for. It didn't necessarily be an origin film. Like we didn't need an origin film for Batman. But maybe people need an origin film for Martian Manhunter. Maybe he should have had one, or and then the
Mm,
issue was I don't know why Cyborg was. I hate when they put Cyborg in the Justice League. Kick him out of
yeah.
there. He's not like
But you know what though? He had
But
the
that's but
best
that's
thing.
not like Snyder shit. That's like
that's
literal.
DC.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
but
saying? So he gets a pass on that from me.
He had the best arc throughout that Snyder cut, if we being real.
yeah, but it's not. That's a low bar. It's not that bad. Also, like
I'm talking about just the overall movie,
The,
but
the,
yeah.
the Green Lantern erasure, one of the biggest. I'm like, dog, that's one of the most iconic DC characters ever. You don't do anything like you don't even introduce him. The first
So
few movies,
Hey,
they so the
hey,
issue with that was they were gonna do a Green Lantern show, and we're just now getting that. Like that's been in limbo for the longest because they were gonna have John Diggle from the Arrowverse, on CW. He was gonna be Green Lantern. Like he had the ring and everything. DC and HBO was like, yeah, nah, we don't want that nigga. And they just I don't know what the fuck happened. I think just like the overall failure of the whole Snyderverse canned all that shit. And they really should have just did a well, also too, Ryan Reynolds movie. I
oh
think they were
yeah,
kind of scared, like, yeah.
yeah, but
oh,
no one told them to go hire Ryan Reynolds and do that bullshit. Like, like there was a better way of doing a Green Lantern movie than other than the way they did that one.
I've
So
never
maybe
seen that movie either.
oh don't. I mean,
hey, let me tell you how bad that Green Lantern movie is.
Oh,
Because I was already a young kid, grew up watching Justice League Unlimited, watching the Green Lantern animated series, and so when I first saw the trailer, I was a little bit excited because like a character, or at least something I knew was getting made, and I was interested. Right? Pops got that on demand. Me and him watched the movie together, and I fucking promise you, we watched that and we never spoke about it again.
that's nuts.
Never. I mean, never. I've watched so much fried shit with my dad. So much. I seen what's that nigga? I seen Bruce Willis' last film on Netflix. That fried ass alien shit. And we've talked about that more recently than we ever talked about that Green Lantern joke. I swear to God, that hurt my soul. That the digital imprint that has left on me. Oh
Yeah,
fuck.
there's a, and you know what? I'm gonna say this: what they should have done to help them out, they should have took the cast from the original, just from the cartoon show, like the Unlimited.
Literally, is that simple?
They should have ignored Barry Allen. And got Wally West, because
Wally
I
West.
grew up with Wally West. I didn't grow up with Barry Allen, and most of the people watching those movies in the mid 2010s are people who watched the Justice League Unlimited show. They should have got John Stewart, even though he's not the. I mean, yes, Hal Jordan is the original one, but people got to remember, like the most recent ones in people's heads is John
John
Stewart.
Stewart. Yeah.
Right.
They should have got Wally West. They should have gotten that whole team, like Wonder Woman, Hawk Girl, John Jones, all those people, and then made him be based off the Tim verse, because that's what people remember. Like if you think about like the people's fondest memory of DC, like it's the Timverse. It's all the way from the Batman animated series all the way up to Justice League Unlimited to Batman Beyond. And I felt like if they
Mhm.
got like those characters in movies, then you're like, oh shit, remember we used to watch this like 10, 15 years ago? Now in theaters. I think introducing people to Barry Allen. Cause I don't think most people knew who Barry Allen was. Cause I had to even go back and I'm like, all right, that's not my Flash. He's the original Flash, and even with John Stewart, but people like remember stuff from cartoons. And I think what the MCU did is they got what they like, basically took what they got from the cartoons and kind of put it on screen. And DC was like completely like, fuck that. We're gonna go and do the original Justice League team, even though it wasn't original, and then went off that. And I feel
Mhm.
like a lot of people just didn't know the origins for like a lot of the stuff. A lot of people don't know where the Flash came from. A lot of people don't know where the Green Lantern shit comes
Yeah.
from. Is MCU did it in a way where like they took a whole bunch of D and C list characters. Like Iron Man was a D, like
The D
was not
list.
a was a D list character. A
Yeah.
lot of those people, Avengers was a D list team. No one gave a fuck about the Avengers, but they gave people origin stories and built to a point where people cared about the Avengers. Because
Mhm.
X Men was the team. Um, the thing is, the Justice League is what the Avengers is trying to be, and the Avengers did it better than they did in terms of the movie going or movie
Yeah.
making. And it's like you have to do origin stories for the character, not Batman or Superman. You don't need to do it for that. Everyone knows their universal stories, but everybody else, like
But
like they
you know
needed
the
to build
issue
up.
though with Batman v Superman though, right?
What?
They're rushing.
Originally, well, it wasn't necessarily rushed. It was that the original plan was to have the Christian Bale Batman and Superman Returns. That was the original plan back in the day. That of course got scrapped.
Oh
Then
God.
the trilogy
Hey,
ended,
hey, hey,
and they
thank
wanted.
you. Thank you. Nobody wanted to see Condom Head Batman. We were good. We were good. We were good.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
it was them trying to fast track their way to their Avengers movie, and they
yeah,
just didn't do it the right way. And that's just
well,
what it's similar to what Star Wars did with their thing, where they were
yeah.
like, let's have it's no vision or planning. They're like, yo, let's just make as much money as we can as possible. And the thing is, they just never pulled in the money either, because I don't think any of their movies hit $1 billion.
Well,
Like
I know
they're
BVS did his thing, and then it went downhill. Kind of. I want. Well, Justice League did okay, but of course, it
it
didn't.
wasn't what they
Wasn't the.
wanted though. It
Yeah,
it wasn't what they expect, and that's why I was like,
but
dog, the reason why it was like that.
but once Snyder was like, fired, I think that's really where it went downhill. And then The Rock did that curse, and it was like, all right, yeah,
Oh my
this.
God.
He was so petty, bro. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. He was like, y'all
But
niggas is not gonna make this money.
and that's another thing, because there's many times they could have kind of helped themselves, and they kind of self-sabotage. Whether that's The Rock not wanting to get beat up by Superman in this movie, which is dumb. Like,
You know,
dog,
No, I thought
you're
it was Shazam. He didn't want to get beat up by.
well, that too,
no.
because that's another thing. Because there was no Shazam movie with him. I'm like, dog, how do you have a Shazam movie and have Black Adam in it?
Well,
What do you?
I agree with him on it because that actor, fuck that actor. He's a
Oh yeah,
bum,
he's a
and
yeah.
he wasn't
But
worthy of being on the
yeah,
screen with The
Zachary
Rock.
Levi.
Sorry.
But it's like, but the plan was never to have like, regardless, the plan was never to have them in the movie together, which is crazy.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then it's like you can't put the cart in front of the horse, dog, and that's what they did the entire
exactly.
time. And they started off fine, because I think Man of Steel that's to me that's the best movie they made was Man of Steel. That movie's pretty. I hate Superman. I do not like Superman as a character. I don't like his
Damn,
comics. I don't like Superman at all. But Man of Steel was a pretty good movie for me.
It was.
it was.
I do
But
not
it's
rock with Man
like
of Steel.
you didn't.
You and
But
your man is still hate. This is crazy, bro.
I'm gonna
but
say
Now,
also,
listen. I'll
hey,
give you that. That ain't my pod, bro. Cause that shit trash. What are you doing? And then tell them, yeah, just let them kids die, Clark. What the fuck?
yo, hey, Pop's going out like that? He said no.
No.
Just let for what? Why are you going into the
Why?
storm?
Why?
yeah, that was dumb. But I'm gonna say the reason why I like because dog. Remember the other Superman movie that came out, Superman Returns? He was fighting land in that movie, man. Come on, he actually was fighting someone like comparable. That's all like, oh, finally about a villain that can fuck with like kind of trade blows with Mazad. Because in other Superman movies, they never used to do that. Like the old
Okay,
Christopher
okay,
Reeve movies, they
hey,
never did.
hey, yeah, a starving nigga gonna love a cracker. So like, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah, I'm
Also,
just like,
side note,
finally, dog. Yeah,
you might fuck with the DC Absolute version of Superman that's going on currently. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I
Oh,
gotta catch up with
and
that.
Brandon Roth, he's a good Superman, bro. I don't care what people say. And him having a redemption arc on what was it? Was it Crisis? Infinite
Yeah, Crash
yeah,
Infinite Earths. Yeah,
Infinite Earth. That was really good to see him have that full circle moment. It was fire.
yeah.
I got a topic on here, bro, and I know none of y'all know about this. I'm deep in the rabbit hole, and I'm not even that deep. Pause.
Yo, you're on one today,
I'm on a
bro.
roll. I'm not even in that side of Twitter per se because it was a lot worse. Like it's a whole thing on Reddit. So apparently, everybody knows. We talked about it last week. Rest in peace to Val Kilmer.
hmm
The
God bless.
Tombstone Steelbook. It got the pre-orders went up. I want to say like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before his death, right? Then of course him dying, people were buying it up. They were buying anything like Val Kilmer, and they were
Mhm.
already limited as it is. But the issue was that it was priced at like $50. I think it was like $50 or $60. It went down to like 40. I think it was like 41 or around that range, like a usual steelbook price. But it's been like a civil war in the physical media community where some people are willing to pay top notch dollar for a steelbook, where like the other side of the community is like, no, this is fucking bullshit. If we keep paying for shit like this, they're gonna keep fucking us over on the steelbooks. And listen, I'm one of the dumb fucks that bought the Deadpool and Wolverine steelbook, but particularly the one with Wolverine on the cover. I want y'all to guess how much I spent.
110,
This was on Amazon.
70.
No, not that much. Yep,
60.
it was $70 is what I spent.
Oh, somebody else.
Now it was 70, and
Oh, I got it.
I did price match it, which Amazon never does this. But I went ahead and I contacted support right before it had got delivered, and I told them the situation. I'm like, hey, y'all pricing is wrong because Target has it at they had it at like 50. Like that's a huge difference, right?
hmm
But with Disney, they've been known to do $60, $70 steel books. And I kind of understand why people are like, yo, this is not a good look for us to be spending $50 on a steel book. So I want to know what y'all takes on just steel books and movie media in general, because we've seen it with Nintendo with $90 video games now. They're not even discs, the cartridges and shit. So like, how do y'all feel about the physical
I
media
I
and
think I think upping the price
whatnot?
on physical media is insane, but I know why they're doing it. Just because they know, especially like with how everything is going, they want more people to just have streaming and then like to deal with the consequences of not owning a product. You know what I'm saying? Cause like we just seen a couple weeks, what is it, a month or so ago, they literally just like cut shit off of Max. Like they did, that's just got rid of shit that they didn't need to.
Exactly.
Now it's gone. Now you have to ski mask your shit to find it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bullshit.
Facts.
Yeah, it's more of a they know that the collectors are going to pay to get it because they're collectors, so they're going, hey, you know what? Yeah, they know the general public's not going to go out to buy the steelbooks, so that's why they're not going to price it at a like appropriate like rate. They're going to do it because they know people like Saints are like, you want it, and that's what you want for your collection. So you know what? We're going to just throw a random price on the wall, $80. But you know the collector in you wants it, so you're gonna get it. So they know the demand is there from people like you. And because it's
Mhm.
scarce and they're not doing the like as physical media is just not a big thing no more, they can do they can flip it like because 10, 15 years ago, physical was cheaper than digital because it was widely available. And but now it's flipped. So now that it's less available, like that price goes up because they know that y'all gonna be fighting over that collector's edition. So they're literally, I think, sapping the demand, sapping the supply down, and then demand goes up, and they can kind of control the price with it. So especially for a collector's edition or steelbook edition, like I just bought the Lord of the Rings steelbook edition. I had to buy it from the UK because
Holy
every
shit.
I couldn't buy it in the US because they literally limited how much they can buy, and then they were like the price was all over the place. Like there was one for 250, there was one for like 160.
Yeah.
But every time I used to buy them, they're like, "Yo, we canceling your pre-order because it was not in stock." And I've been waiting for months, and I literally had to go to UK Amazon site and buy it. And then because they had one left in stock, and I got it like just in time. So it's artificial like supply and demand. They know they can do it now because it's just no one's gonna complain about those prices because no one buys physical no more. So if this was like 10 years ago when DVDs and like Blu-rays were like a big market, you could probably see some
Yeah.
pushback on it. But as of right now, because of the way it is and the way they're pushing digital, there's nothing you can do about it. It's you kind of just stuck unless you just stop buying it completely, and you're not gonna get people to stop buying it.
Mhm.
It's a necessary evil.
Yeah,
Sadly, yeah. It's just a weird market now, and with Nintendo doing their thing and tariffs, we don't know how that's gonna affect. Because I've heard like aluminum's like a big issue. That's gonna be like a price gouging eventually. So I would imagine if steelbooks are already selling at this price, it's gonna get worse, bro. Like there's even some that are already at like $100 steelbooks and shit.
even
Or
the disc
the
itself production.
yeah, that's gonna go up, and I don't know. Like, it's certain movies where you got me. I'm gonna buy it. But then you have like shit like let's say like The Last of Us, what they just did. I don't like how their steelbook is $110, and it's just literally
How
one
much is that
steelbook.
Mad Max joint right now?
Mad
Like
Max, I
like
saw
Fury Road, like right
60.
now.
I think it was 60 from what I saw.
Damn. See,
But it fluctuates though.
and that's the thing. Then the prices never used to go up and down like that for the like. I remember like seeing the same Batman, the Nolan Batman trilogy, like the same like Steelbook collection for like $40 for years. And then the other day I'm like, let me go check on this shit out. Cause I just got a new Blu-ray player. This shit was like $80. I'm like, yo, when did that
Yeah,
happen? I'm like,
yeah.
how do you double the price? And I just remember because it's my wish list, and my wish list shows me like the change in price, and it just showed me, oh, this is the trend. It's been 29.99, 49.99. 39.99, and then just $78. I'm like, yo, how who's doing that? And it's just the way shit is now.
It's a
It's a
weird,
limited commodity.
and we don't have a lot of retailers in store anymore. Like Best Buy, they stopped like 2 years ago.
FYE is gone.
They're gone. Target is
Target's gone.
yeah. They don't even really care. They put more books in vinyl records instead of movies.
I
So
mean, I don't even know
it's
where to
bad.
go buy physical anymore. Like Best Buy, like literally like the section. Like they added like washing machines and shit to the part where
Stupidness,
the DVDs used to be at.
stupidness, bro.
Like washing machines and grills and shit. I'm like, yo, when do you guys start selling grills?
And you go to Best Buy for TVs, occasionally a Blu-ray player, but you can't get no movies for your new TV. It's insane, bro. When you really think about it.
Man, digital took over. It took over faster than I thought people were, and I think COVID sped it up with everyone doing everything digital. It kind of just pushed everyone in that space where like they're like, yo, we don't need to go back and go buy these physical copies no more, and people just got comfortable. So that's just how
Hey,
the world works now.
bro, but like I ain't gonna lie, physical meant something to me because like before COVID, I remember just walking through Walmart and then like the first physical that I truly bought, I saw Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I thought about it. I was like, when's the last time I seen this junk? I'ma buy it. Boom.
Yeah,
Bought the whole series there. Then I bought Teen Titans, and then I bought
I got
I
that for
forgot.
$10.
Hey, I had a couple of joints on me, and then like then you see this shit happen, and then like you see how crazy niggas start going. Like bro, like as soon as Avatar got put on Netflix, I ain't never seen the dialogue for the series go up so crazy. Like holy fuck.
There's a whole discourse
That
on Twitter about it because they had a
Yeah,
Korra versus Aang thing because of that shit.
yeah.
Korra versus Aang, and then you had people's then the influx of Katara and Zuko people. It was like, bro, what is going on? This is not what I wanted.
Yeah, it's that availability thing. You know, it's ease of use. It's why people don't go to the theaters anymore. You know, if you're gonna have their movie for 30 days in the theater, most people are gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait. Like me, everyone in here is probably not gonna wait. We're gonna go see that the first week. But if I talk to people like casual moviegoers, they're not. They're just like they're willing to sacrifice that authentic experience or to having it physical because they know that they can click a button and get it right away. And I can't blame people for that. If you were a casual person, I can't blame you for wanting to like go and stay in your house and click on something and the movie's right there. But
Hmm.
it's at the cost of movie theaters and like physical media. And it's just that we that's why we got to kind of keep it alive. Like I do think like movie theaters are gonna be okay. But if you're one of those people who collect, you got to keep buying to kind of keep these companies like kind of honest to keep putting these things out. Because eventually, if they see people not buying these steel books, they might start making them in general. They might just make them like some super limited thing where
See,
they're only making 100 copies and they're putting that $250 per copy.
Hmm.
that's the thing. People say that, but like I noticed they do sell like some things. It's like all right, it's overpriced. Like for example, Crunchyroll had an exclusive of this Dragon Ball Super Steel books, and them shits, bro. They started at like $200
Jesus
or like
Christ.
250, but they had it discounted. If like okay, if you pre-order at this certain time, you get it for that cheaper price. Same with Amazon, and eventually it did sell out. But then they redid it again, like, and I copped it last year when they redid it because I felt like, oh, I overpaid. I refunded to Amazon the first time I bought it. I was like, $200 is insane. But they restocked it again, and I guess it's a reprint last year, and I got it for like, I think it was like under $100. Like, it was a crazy ass fucking steal. I was like, I'll wait for it to go on sale.
Right.
But I know, like, I don't know how, like, are they losing money per se, or
Was that
are they
Funimation
just
who distributed that?
yeah, Funimation, Crunchyroll. Yeah,
So with Funimation and Crunchyroll, they actually price, which is surprising. A lot of their box sets and stuff like that are actually reasonably priced because
Right.
I think a lot of animes are just like you would back in the thing is it used to be not like that in the back in the day. I remember though that Dragon Ball Z Orange box collection used to be like $300. Like and
don't buy that shit.
you could not get it any lower. I used to go in FYE as a little kid and be mad as shit because you couldn't afford that shit.
Yeah,
So and now if you look at anime box sets are way cheaper now than they are for I don't know why. I collect a lot of Gundam stuff. And Gundam sets back in the day used to be dumb fucking expensive. But now you can get like for like $40 like a pop. So I'm talking about the whole
yeah,
series. So I don't know if it's like a Japanese thing to where in Japan they still like just print them to print them and Funimation's able to hand them out like that. Maybe because Sony owns them now, they're able to facilitate that a lot better.
probably.
I because back then I think they were a lot more scarce, and they used to ship that like anime wasn't as big as it was now, so maybe that's why it's so much more cheaper to get Dragon Ball Z like as a box set. But back in the day, it was not that cheap. Like you could $100 would have been amazing back then. My mom probably would have bought it for me.
Yeah, because like some of the other sets, like I copped the fucking Deontay. Should never send me the link, but I pre-ordered on Amazon the Sean Connery
Uh,
007 films, and the Steelbook one was $169.
Damn.
damn, shit.
And my thing is, they're numbered, so they are very limited. Like kind of like how the band ones came out in 2016, they were all numbered. So it's like one of those things where I know it'll collect value, and then I probably would never sell it. But it's
Oh,
just one of those things where it's like, okay, this is like exclusive shit, where you know then there's not going to be a reprint. So I'm willing to pay that money for something like that. But if it's just like shit, is gonna be in stock, I don't get why they.
But you think they're gonna
I
do
don't.
that? I think that's what they might do going forward. Is just make everything limited, and then so it builds
Yeah,
up value. So but that's also like gonna kill it off because some people are just gonna be like, all right, not every damn release can't be a limited release.
limited. Yeah,
Yeah, like you can't have everything be a limited. Like that's usually reserved for like certain things. Like if they're gonna start doing everything, then the market's just gonna like that price is gonna be crazy for everything. So
it is what
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Hold on, we got Buck in the building, bro. Can you hear us, player?
Yeah, I'm having some technical difficulties. Old nigga shit.
Hey, man, we just glad you're here in the building. I do
Nah, I
gotta
caught a little
ask.
bit of your physical media, theater talk, and all that type of stuff. In home experience, good conversation, good conversation.
Yes, sir. You already know, man.
I'll say some people like for me, example, uh, I got an 80-inch TV, and it's like blackout where I watch my movies at and stuff with surround sound. So I mean, it's tough to beat that at home, especially if you tight with money at the moment, which I am. So I've been watching a lot at home, but I will be at the theaters to see Sinners for sure. Day one.
Fire,
Like,
Day
Like
fire.
one.
we talked
I
about that
feel
earlier.
I
Niggas
need
is locked in.
I need people to go watch that movie, please.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
going day one. I ain't got
In
no job, but I'm
IMAX.
gonna make it happen.
because everyone's there's no original movies out. I'm like, here y'all go. Here's your original movie. It's getting
Hey,
really, really
hey,
good reviews.
Is this been the
hey,
month for original movies though? For being real,
look,
Please go and
dead
watch the
serious.
movie.
Hey, niggas say that and they didn't watch The Substance last year. So like, I don't want to hear it from some niggas. I ain't gonna hold you.
That
I,
movie is
I
so fun. The Substance was fucking incredible
I didn't
too.
watch it.
That was
Like,
such a damn good movie.
you ain't see
hey,
that thing?
cinema,
My
cinema.
theater didn't carry it, so I couldn't watch it.
Nigga, I had to. I watched it at the crib, but I'll take it, nigga. No, that
I,
shit right there, boy. Oh my god.
they wanted me
Niggas
to
talk
drive.
about
They wanted me to
original
drive
cinema. Ain't
to
nobody
Nashville
watched
to watch it.
Neverland Nightmare. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Let me ask because Tarek kind of touched on this, and I had this topic in the cut for a hot minute. We just haven't been able to talk about it. How do y'all feel about movie theaters struggling to get audience viewers to come, like casual audience members to come
It's
back to theaters?
it's
Uh,
it's it's
Cause
not
like
really
Look,
their, it's not really their fault though, and I'm gonna explain why. The concessions, people complain about the prices. The concessions. I'm sorry, dog. There's a reason why they got to do that. It's because y'all not going to the theaters no more. Why? Because the
yeah,
most money they make is when the movie's out for a few weeks, and then the split becomes in their favor once the movie's out for a few weeks. But when the first week the movie's out, the studios get I think 80-20. They get 80% of the cut.
yeah,
And then it goes to 70-30, and then it keeps going. The issue is people aren't going to the theater no more, so they got to compensate with raising the price of the concessions. And they're never going to lower the prices back down. Once the prices go up, they never lower back down. So it's a general audience fault. So, and another thing is people only show up to certain movies, like MCU movies and like cartoons and shit like that. So when other movies throughout the years come out, people don't show up to them. The theaters still got to play them, and no one's in the theater. They got to raise the prices of the concessions to compensate.
yeah.
So I see people arguing, oh, it's too expensive to go to the movies to go get something to eat. Well, that's also because y'all not going to the movies no more. So y'all used to go 5 times a year. Now you're going twice a year. So they got to compensate with that and make sure they're getting that same money they were giving you through 5 movies now with two. So that's why concessions are like that. It's not because they're inherently greedy about it. Some are, but they need to pay the
I
people.
don't know, man. And like, bro, I went to the movies this week, and I was watching Warfare, right? Like right before I was running
Yeah,
late, bro. But I got there and I was like, oh, I'm gonna use my rewards. I got like $5 on there. Nigga, that shit was still like $13 for a popcorn, a large
yeah.
popcorn and an icy. So technically it was $18. I'm
Jesus
like,
Christ.
yo, it was like $16, $17 like 2-3 months ago.
A-
price of bread go
Amen.
up.
My
And,
issue.
and it's not even just that, bro. I was looking in the Reddit because I got like a notification from like the AMC Reddit, and people are like, aren't combos supposed to be like a price difference, like a discount? Like, nigga, this don't seem like a deal. Like they were talking about the popcorn combo where it comes with just a large popcorn and two drinks. That shit like $27.
Nah, it's not a discount no more. It's just for you to order it faster. That's it. I'm being dead ass because when I used to go to the theater, if you bought a large popcorn, large drink, you got like $3 or $4 off. Now when I'm like looking at it, I was adding in my head like this is years ago. I was adding in my head. I was like, all right,
Hey,
the
hey,
popcorn and juice is
for
the same
butter,
price together. I'm like, why'd y'all
for
even put it
butter,
up there? Yeah.
for butter. Yeah, yeah,
Fresh
yeah.
ingredient. What theater do you go? You go to like Cinemark or something or Regal? What's
What do you say?
Now
you
Cinemark
He
like
said?
said they
free.
he said they charging extra for butter.
He
That's
probably,
insane.
that's crazy. But I'll say this: there are some local theaters around me, like just like people. I don't know. It's like a mom and pop theater. They keep their concessions low, but then again, they don't have a lot of space. So they have like two or three um auditoriums, and that's it. So their maintenance cost is really really low, and they got like no staff, so they're able to keep their things like really cheap. The issue is when you have these Cinemarks and AMC's, they employ a lot of people, and they employ and they have a lot more equipment to maintain a whole bunch of other stuff. Remember, the studios don't help these out people with nothing, acquiring equipment, all that stuff. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when Avatar came out, they had to get those 2K projectors. The studios didn't buy them niggas that shit. They had to go out of their own pocket and buy it. So
Yikes.
it's a lot of that stuff is them maintaining the theater. So that's why those prices are like that. So I can't really put the blame on the theaters. Yes, the bigger chains could probably they could take a hit. But those smaller theaters that you see in your hometown that are getting bought up by the bigger theaters, the reason why they're getting bought out is because people aren't going to them no more. And
That's true.
eventually everything's gonna be a Cinemark, everything's gonna be AMC, everything's gonna be a Regal Cinemas because those companies can afford to keep themselves afloat because they got public funding, like they're publicly traded and stuff like that. Your mom and pop store ain't publicly traded. That's why the prices are so high.
Yeah, let me jump in here. First of all, it's good to see Tarek has fully recovered from that ass whooping he took on
Oh
the
my
movie,
god.
guys. My brother, it's good to see that you're in good health. You know what I'm saying? But I said this on the movie, guys. If you got a Georgia theater company, Beacon Theater is run by Georgia Theater Company in your area. They got them in Virginia, Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida. Concession prices there are stupid. I told y'all I got a burger with fries for $8. They got mozzarella sticks for
Huh?
$5, drinks for
Yeah,
$4. A burger with and it had cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickles with fries for $8. For $8,
it's
I
fucking
got that.
steal.
So if you got a Georgia Theater, if you live in any of the states, you got a Beacon Theater run by Georgia Theater Company anywhere near you. That's the place to
They need
go.
to bring that shit here.
Yeah, for real.
Can I
But my
franchise that
biggest
shit?
yeah, I don't know. I don't live near there no more. But that back, I used to go every Sunday. I get the $5 matinee because matinee was $5 before 2 p.m. So I'll go before 2 p.m. Pay $5. I'll get $5 for the ticket, $8 for the burgers and fries, a drink for $4, and then if I'm feeling crazy, I'll get the mozzarella sticks for an extra $5. And I'm having a great time for under $25. For under $25, like
See,
phenomenal.
that's another issue too. The matinee pricing, bro. They should extend that shit to like
6.
6. After that, make it the full price. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean?
It's the 4 now, right?
It's
Yeah,
to
Uh,
the
like
four.
2.
it's 5.
Yo, when
Well,
did that
Hey,
happen? Dog,
it's
it used to
hey,
be the
5
it used to be
down
the
here.
4
hey,
o'clock.
hey, dead serious? Like AMC, they could afford to like. Why is it just gotta be Tuesday type shit? Come on, man, help feed the people.
That don't
Feed
even
the
be
people.
Tuesday used to be $5, and now it's just discounted.
Like it's like $7 or it's like some
Yeah,
shit or yeah.
7.
And I price ain't gonna stay the same because it was $5 when I was like a kid. So I don't expect it to stay the same like now.
Yeah, of
But
course.
like it's also a thing where um there's not a lot of movies coming out on them Tuesdays for me to even like that's the thing we used to wait as a
Yeah,
family to even care. It's just the studios aren't released the studios are sending a lot of these movies to die. Either they're going straight to streaming and it's like exclusivity matters. If you only go watch this shit in theaters, it's gonna force people to go and watch it, especially
yeah.
like certain months of the year. It's cold as fuck. You're not going outside. You want to go chill in the theaters. It's warm in that shit. Like, there's no movies filling that gap anymore.
Yeah.
When I was bored as a kid or in high school, me and my boy, man, let's go to the movie theater. I don't know if kids are doing that shit now like in high school, like a Friday night. If we couldn't go out or there was
I
nothing going
noticed
on,
it.
yeah, it's like you don't see that shit no more.
I
I
That
remember
was
going to the
I
movies just to
see
see
it.
Without a Paddle. Like a
yeah,
movie like Without a Paddle was
Yeah,
not being in the theaters. I remember being
yeah.
13 going to see Without a Paddle. Like that's not happening no more. To your
Fact.
point, that's going
I
straight to
Yeah,
think
streaming.
well, that's a whole nother topic
yeah,
with streaming. Streaming kills the physical media in a sense that some movies got they shit off because they were B list or C list type movies that got a cult following because them niggas just found some shit at the fucking Walmart or the boat rust.
yeah.
They just seen you random. They just said, "This shit, let me just buy this movie real quick. Let's see what it's about." You can't do
Not
that.
just
No,
that, the
try.
rental stores too is like something
You know what
which
I'm
you
saying?
like
Try
Yeah,
try
yeah,
Blockbuster,
yeah.
Hollywood
That
Video,
that
all that.
does.
That was
It
some
was
issues.
a very organic market in a day where like
Yeah,
everything kind of fed each other and kind of helped each other grow. The DVD market helps you make your money in the back end, so you can make more movies like that to go and make bigger movies, and then you can make smaller movies because your bigger movies was making a certain amount of money. It's not like that no more. Streaming don't really
try
get you that
that.
much
Hey,
so
try
much
to make a
bread.
make a fried movie if you want to.
Yeah, you
Eh,
can't.
That
Yeah, you stuck.
yeah.
Hey, the only people allowed to make fried movies are the niggas that work with A24. Other than that, you are not getting your money. You are not gonna get that money back. I promise
Mm-mm.
you, you
Yeah,
ain't get that money back.
it's
A24. Oh man,
the
A
market just it just doesn't help you. It doesn't help you. Like it doesn't do you any favors. Like you just gotta you gotta either wait for A24 to release their shit, but you're not getting those smaller mid-sized movies no more. It's like the double A marketing games. You just not
Hey,
getting
Yeah,
you
Neon
not
too. Don't diss him. Don't get
there's
Neon's
some,
doing
there's
some
some.
shit.
yeah, but
Neon's doing some
it's
shit.
not to like the level of how we used it. Remember the mid 2000s? This is probably aging me out, but like dog, there should be like just random movies just dropping on like a weekly basis. Like I feel like we just got more movies back then in general. Like it was just so much like dog. Like we had to like sit there and like which movie we gonna watch this week?
I will
Like
say too, as a horror guy, there are a lot. I've seen a lot of movies this year that none of y'all probably heard of that went direct to streaming, and some of them are actually pretty good. So I mean, it's
Mm,
still happening. They're just going direct to streaming.
yeah,
yeah,
but the
They're
thing
not
it
going
just
but
to
it
the
just
theaters.
not
They're not
yeah.
going
It's
to
a
the theaters. So it
they're
ties
just
into your point. They are
yeah
being released. They're just not being released theatrically.
but
yeah.
that also goes to my point with Saint. What do I always say about trailers?
they spoil too
Too much
much,
shit,
bro.
too much shit.
You know what I'm saying? So
The
like
the
we used to be
last two
able to.
movies, bro, like that drop movie, it I won't say it spoiled, but it showed too much.
It
I
did.
didn't see the trailer to that. I don't want to know nothing
Yeah,
about it.
you
I
don't,
just want to see it.
you don't.
I
I
stopped
just want
watching
to see
trailer.
what's going
I
on.
haven't watched the Fantastic Four trailer. I'm not watching this
Yeah,
shit.
don't watch
I'm,
more of
I'm,
that.
I'm
Hey, look,
Sinners,
I was trying to
don't
I
watch
haven't
it.
watched the
If
trailer. I
you
haven't watched the trailer.
do
look,
I
not
look,
saw a
watch
look.
the
trailer in the
second and
theater.
two.
That's
Hey,
it. I saw
yeah,
the
I
trailer
saw
in
it
the
in
theater,
theaters.
like
I
when it
couldn't
came
avoid
out.
it. I
That
literally
was it.
couldn't avoid it.
No, I'm not talking about that trailer, docs. The second and the third trailer, bro, are literally spoilers. And I think it was either Mafia or it may have been Peggy. They were like, bro, no, it was, you know what, it was Waterboy. We were talking in the movie guys Discord, and he was like, hey, don't watch it. Don't watch that shit, bro. It's a spoiler. And my dumb ass, you tell me not to watch something,
You gonna watch it?
I'm gonna watch it. I'm curious, bro. I want to know what's in it. And I watched it. I said, God dang, they didn't spoil the plot. Like, and I get because I saw interviews too where Ryan Coogler's like, this is not even like most of the film, but at the same time, I feel like the
That's the
shit that they be
studio's fault.
showing, it's a studio
Bro,
fault, and it's like
bro.
if I wouldn't have seen that, it's like Captain America. If they would have never showed like Red Hope, I
Oh my,
think
I'd say that every single
it
time.
would have hit different. It would have
You
hit
know,
different.
you know what was an egregious example of that? Abigail that came out last year
Yep.
when they
Yes.
showed
Yeah,
that shit.
Yes.
When
Yeah,
you watch the
yeah,
yeah,
movie for the first
yeah.
30 to 40 minutes of the movie, you're not supposed to know she's a vampire. It's supposed to be somebody's picking them off one by one. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's happening. But the
yeah.
fucking trailer showed you and made an emphasis. Hey, this girl's a vampire. This is a
The
vampire. Then when
trailer
you watch
and
the
the
movie,
movie poster. I'm like, nigga, why'd you
yeah.
do that
Bro,
shit?
Then when you
I
watch the
bro.
movie, you're like, yo,
Hey,
this would have hit so
hey,
much harder if you thought it was
hey.
like a slasher for the first
I
For
blame,
30 to
real.
40 minutes.
I blame the audience and I blame the franchises because like audience act like niggas. I don't know what it's about. So, nigga, if you don't go watch it, just
It's
find
supposed to,
out.
yeah, it's supposed like I think when trailers were vague was when it was best because it made you itch like
Facts.
dog, what's this movie about? And so you had to watch it. You could if you it's so weird because it's like we want all it's like we want all this information and it's killing us. It's too much information overload. We have people breaking down trailers for a living
Yeah,
on YouTube, and it's like You go and watch the trailer. You know they bring out everything. Oh, look at the little detail right here. This is a Easter egg
Take
for
a
this. And
2-minute trailer and
it's
turn it
like
to a
yo,
25-minute
Yeah,
breakdown video.
yeah.
dog, stop.
New Rockstar.
Dog, I used to, and you know what? I'm at fault. I used to be one of those people that used to click on all them shits. The last
Yep.
2 years, I
Fact.
stopped
I
because
stopped too.
Emergency Awesome and all them
yeah,
fucking channels like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I stopped doing it, dog, because it was fucking my experience up,
That's what messed up the Star Wars experience, if I'm being real. Like,
dog.
we expected so much because everybody's like doing a breakdown, and then you go and watch the film. It's either you're already spoiled or you over expected shit that was like, all right,
Yeah,
this is it.
because people went too in depth and like, yo, y'all gotta keep it simple. Like, just
The internet's the root of all the issues. It's the internet. It all boils back down to the internet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
My last thing.
internet ruins a lot of shit. Let's keep it a buck. Oh
No,
my
that's a
goodness.
fact. Last thing on
That's a
this
bar. Keep it a buck.
before we go into the
Nigga
fire.
I'm gonna have to make that a catchphrase.
funny as fuck, nigga. Alright, nigga.
Mm.
I fuck with dude.
Last thing to say before we close this topic off. The biggest issue, I think, when it comes to the big three of the movie chains, get a better movie pass like membership or movie like loyalty membership. AMC
Cinemark.
stepping it up because they're about to do 4 movies a week. Yeah, they upped the price a little bit, like $3, but in my state, the price doesn't change. It's mainly for if you want to watch in multiple different states. So it's a deal either way. But
Cinemark, do you hear that? You hear that shit?
Facts.
If you
yeah,
listening, bitch, Cinemark is so. I only pay $10 a month, but we only get one movie a month, and then we get every movie discounted if we buy. But I'm like, dog, I'd rather pay $20 and get what the fuck people at AMC are getting because we getting fucked.
Fact.
Cinemark,
yeah,
we are literally getting fucked. So, and I want the AMC's next to me, but my AMC's outdated, so I don't go there because the theater's old as shit, and the owners won't like upgrade it.
that's an
So
Fact.
issue too.
I'm kind of just stuck. And Regal is like 60 miles in another direction. And then I live in Kentucky, so I'm in Louisville, but Lexington has like these tavern theaters that are like really nice. But I'm not driving 60 miles to go watch a movie,
Oh, like
dog.
Alamo Draft? You talking
So
about like one of those?
I gotta go back, and it's the ones that Sony bought
Yeah,
out.
yeah, Alamo. Yeah,
Yeah, that one. Yeah, they got one of those, and I'm like, man,
they're nice.
they're really really nice. But it's like it's not in a location where I can just go and get there every weekend on a good
That's like
time.
special occasion, or you just want to go out with your girl type shit, like
Yeah,
just
yeah. Because the
spice
first
things
time I
up.
went there was on a date with somebody. So I went there and I was like, "Yo, what kind of theater is?" Though I'd never
Yeah,
experienced something like that before in my life. Like
you didn't have movie
that's a
tavern,
premium
right?
experience.
Did you buy his movie ticket, or you made him pay on his own?
Said him, like
That's
what?
crazy. That's crazy.
I think I called it. I think I was,
Well, you didn't have movie tavern, right, Tarek? You didn't have it in your area.
no. We had both movie tavern and
Oh
something
shit.
else.
Okay.
Because Lexington's a college town, so they know people are gonna like college people are gonna
Yeah.
go there every weekend. It's like a big thing. But
Quick,
COVID
put
kind of
them
killed
on and
everything
put 'em
off.
hot. I need that shit cooked right.
But shit, we've been going on tangents about the movie industry. Listen, we movie guys on here, we film guys, and I'm not sure. Doc, are you a film guy? What do you go by? Like, wait a minute, I need to know.
Shit. I don't know, cause I feel like when I talk about films, I kind of use both terminologies. So like, it all depends. I don't know. I feel like, I think it's about what the product, what the content is trying to do, and what level it is. It will decide. You know what I'm saying? Doom. That's a film.
So you're a film
Some,
guy. I
but
gotta
but
know
the
because
bullshit,
we got
the bullshit on Tubi. That's a movie. You know what I'm saying? But if
oh
I feel
you
like
might
watching
be a
one,
movie nigga because we got
it's either or. It's either
because we
or.
got we're movie guys. Then we got I know there's movie niggas, there's cinema
Cinnamon,
niggas. Yeah,
cinnamon,
cinnamon. Um,
Mhm.
E-Rock. That's him. That's you.
no, E-Rock's the horror imposter. Um,
The
Buck,
fraud.
Jesus Christ.
Imposter.
He's a fraud.
he's a fraud. Buck is the horror. What
Aficionado.
aficionado? Okay. Then Mafia Quad, he's Mr. Cinnamon. HBK of the game.
Yes, sir.
How many films you watched this year?
35.
Yeah.
I'll say
Putting
this:
up Jokic numbers.
Mafia takes it for the team Well, but like
Pause.
every week,
No.
dog. Like, because sometimes I'm like, Mafia, why are you watching this movie, dog? And he's like, man, I had to watch it. I'm like, yo, why? Like, I can't see. I don't have I don't know. I have time to watch them, but it's like, dog, I don't want to spend time watching a movie I know is me bullshit. I
I
can't
skipped a
do
few
it.
this year.
You don't know it's bullshit till you watch it. Some shit will surprise you. Like I said, I watched that
Yeah.
Hey,
Peter Pan's Neverland
hey,
Nightmare expecting it to be terrible, and that shit was fire.
Hey, man, I don't want to
hey, no,
megalopolis my
no, hey,
experience,
hey,
man.
look, no, I watched this bullshit ass vampire movie on for Hulu,
Uh-oh.
and I could tell by the. Honestly, I didn't think it was gonna be that bullshit. I was like, this could have been all right.
What's it
I
called?
I think it's called. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Give me one. Give me a sec. I gotta go through the damn letterbox. This shit. It was like early in the year, and I was like, bro, let me just see something, just cause. And I literally regretted it instantly. I don't know why I did this to myself, and I kept watching it. I'm a completionist sometimes, and it really fucked me up. I ain't gonna hold
I
you.
understand it. That's why I've been very selective this year because
Yep.
I I saw so many stinkers last year where I was like, all right.
What was your worst movie of the year so far this year?
Oh shit.
Magazine Dream is up there.
As worst? I haven't watched it.
Not because
I ain't
of
trying to see
it
Jonathan
being.
Majors with his titties out.
Listen, like the thing is, that movie's not bad, but it's like there's things in there where I felt like it's rage bait and school shooter like apologist kind of shit, and I
Whoa.
was like, I'm not fucking with it, and yeah,
And it makes you feel real cringe and uncomfortable. Like
yeah,
there are certain parts I just kind of want to walk out because I'm just like, this is getting kind of cringe on me.
exactly.
You you know what makes you not want to watch every movie is because the etiquette in the theaters are so bad now. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that shit. That's why someone like, man, do I really want to go and like deal? Because like I think I watched it earlier this year, and I wasn't gonna watch it, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go watch it and review it. And the theater experience was so bad, I was like, man, I should just fucking stay my ass home.
No, for
All
real.
right,
That
I
I
shit
think it
pissed
found
me
it.
depends
off.
on your
Buck,
location.
Buck, you was asking. It's called Slayers. It dropped in 2022. It's on Hulu. It's bullshit. It's literally a weak ass vampire movie. It's probably one of the weakest vampire movies I've ever seen in my life. Not gonna lie to you.
Uh,
It's fried as fuck.
are you in the movie guys Discord?
That ain't that what
I
that's
am.
what what's his face who used to be Punisher Thomas Jane.
Oh
Yes.
shit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that joint was trash.
Hey,
Yep.
drop the poster if you got it. Drop the poster in the movie guys
In the movie, guys, give me a second. I'll get
Discord.
you.
I want to see that. I don't want to see the film. I just want to see a
Yeah. Yeah.
picture of
Yeah. Yeah.
it.
Just so you know to avoid it, just in case you ever
Yeah,
come
yeah,
Yeah.
across
facts,
it.
facts.
Hey.
But
Hey, yo. Okay, so Buck, you also read that synopsis, and you're like, this could be all right.
Yeah, I'm one to give movies chances, like especially when it comes to horror. I'm gonna give it a chance because you never know. I've seen a lot of hidden gem horror movies over the last year that I'm like, yo, nobody's talked about this. It was fire. So yeah, a movie like Slayer, I would give a chance, and I instantly regret it. It's a terrible movie, but I do remember Thomas Jane was in it. That's about all I remember about aside from it being bad. But yeah, I mentioned like Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. I've seen the Winnie the Pooh joints. Some joints is
Fire.
terrible.
Oh,
All
don't
them
don't
joints
No,
get
the
me
second one
started.
was fire,
terrible.
fam.
I
My
watched Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare and I was
no,
laughing at how much I was enjoying that movie. It
no,
was such a fun watch.
my
You
uncle loves those movies, bro.
The
He been trying
second
to.
Winnie the Pooh movie was fire.
you know what's
It
funny?
was alright.
You bring up the point about random movies just turning out to be good because that's what we used to do at Blockbuster. We used to just go and just pick
Yeah,
whatever the fuck we saw and
That's
just
that
pick
That's
it
word
up.
of
And you're
mouth.
like,
You would
that
walk
was
in
that's
there
the
my
and
main
problem,
thing.
yo.
The
you're in
thing.
there talking. Somebody that works there that got nothing else to do is like one of them. Like, or you have that little local store. Like by me, it was called Bow Video. It was this local owned store, and it was that one nigga in there that just does nothing but watch movies. And you walk in there, yo, I'm looking for something scary. I'm looking for some action. You know, I don't want Nicolas Cage in it, but Nicolas Cage esque. And this motherfucker off the dome be like, oh, you should get this, this, and this. Like you could just tell him what you want to watch, and he would
Mhm.
recommend some joints. Nowadays, because it's the internet, it's all algorithm based. So even the word of mouth organic shit isn't really organic
man,
because the algorithm is just pushing it in front of you.
Yeah,
So you're
that three
seeing something
foot
blowing up
time.
on social media, thinking like, "Oh, this is the word of mouth word." No, that's marketing. That's the
Yeah,
algorithm. That is marketing
yeah.
working at its finest. That's not
Thing.
organic
It's in
conversation.
general.
you know what that looks like, bro? I don't know if y'all saw. It was like a wolf movie. What the plot's so stupid, bro. I watched Double Toast's review on it. Jesus, basically, like
Did it come out recently
it came out recently.
with Frank Grillo?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the one. That's the
I know
one,
exactly
bro.
what you're talking about. See, horror aficionado. You ain't even have to go no further. I knew
You see that,
exactly what you're
E-Rock? You
talking
see that,
about.
E-Rock? Yeah. Huh?
You rockin' never. But yeah, it reminds me of that fucking movie what they showed the review on. Jesus, fucking dog shit. Um, enough of that though. Let's get into our other main topic before we do the warfare review. Um, Daredevil Born Again episode 8, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That came out. Um, listen, huge improvement from that dog shit episode 7. You can tell drastically this is two different fucking teams. Like holy shit. That ending was 10 out of 10 to me. I'm looking forward to episode 9, but I will say I gotta apologize to Buck. I'm not apologizing to Wonton. He's been
I was waiting for it.
but I apologize to Buck. At first it was sitting there to be almost as good as like season 3 to me. Listen, there's some filler that niggas ignore with that season. I think season 2, and I've been seeing discourse that season 3 is the best one. You're fucking out of your mind.
Nah, yeah, no.
Season 2 is still the best one. I don't know what to tell you.
That 6-episode run in the Punisher versus Daredevil arc is some of the best TV I've ever seen.
Some of the best.
That one episode, I think it was episode 3, where they're just sitting on the roof having a conversation.
Yo, that was
the entire
fire.
hour episode. That was what they call. I didn't even use this word. I was enthralled. I've never used that word in my life. I was enthralled. I never used that word. I was enthralled.
Yeah, I
was
like
riveting.
all the seasons for Daredevil. Like for me, that's still like I'm surprised. Like Netflix was like dog. They had some fire with that shit, and I and you know the rest of the MCU shows were not up to the level of that one. Like there was some like of course some seasons like Jessica Jones season 1 I think was pretty good. Luke Cage was
That's
Iron
Until they
Fist was
killed Cottonmouth.
Luke Cage season 1 was that.
yeah. And then this
that first
nigga,
half was, but
and then that
once-
jive nigga came out and started dancing. I'm like, yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, no, that season 2 when he started dabbing. Yeah, I don't
No, talk about when the
No,
nigga after
Don did
Cottonmouth came. What's up with the Copperhead? That nigga came out and started with.
Don
I
did
don't know
that.
why they
Yeah.
killed Cottonmouth. He was
He
smoking
wanted
that
off
role.
the show. He wanted off the show.
Yeah, because he had other projects he had to do. He wanted to,
Yeah, I
was
would
that
say.
was
I
that
would say you
before?
can get out after the
Wait,
season
wait.
finale.
Was that
Moonlight.
before? Yeah, I was about to say Moonlight. Was it
Yeah,
before? or
that
after
he,
Moonlight?
he I think he specifically got it because Moonlight. He
Yeah.
wanted to do
Hey,
Moonlight.
That was
hey,
why.
well, I understand. Then that's cinema. So
Yeah.
Yes. So they were cooking. Defenders was trash, but at least they
But
had
it
like
is.
their
It
own
is.
identity, and I feel like you can definitely tell with this season that Disney had they cooks in the
Thank you.
kitchen with the original Netflix staff that they kind of pulled over, and you could definitely see from episode to episode. I still think it's a pretty okay season. Like I still think it's pretty good.
It's a good listen. It's a good
It's not
show.
trash.
Yeah. It's not.
It's
trash.
just that it's inconsistent from episode to episode, and it's kind of jarring how inconsistent it is. Where some episodes I'm like, damn, this is really, really good. And then some episodes are all right, just decent. Nothing's
Yeah.
bad. I don't want to say anything's like straight up like, yo, this is fucking trash. But
It's
it's
not
been
even that though, Tyrek. Like
yeah.
once I got to episode 8, it made me realize, okay, this is what the issue is with the show, and I can see why people were like shitting on it.
And episode
The
8 was the
side
first
characters?
one that was completely the old Netflix showrunners. Y'all got
Literally.
this. This is where they gave them complete control starting from here on out.
Even the camera angles and stuff, but
Camera.
the camera angles, the way like they like kind of zoom in, like when
The way the aspect ratio changed at the
yeah.
oh my god, bro.
And you can tell, like,
Oh,
okay, this is because this is what they used to do. Because that's one thing I'll give them Netflix for all the shows. The way they shot those shows was like expertly done. Like,
And
it was, and I don't know what cameras they were using. I don't know if they used the same, but dog, those cameras they used on Netflix shows was top of the line because like the detail in their faces, the way they used to zoom in. Even today, when Bullseye did his thing in the jail today, the way they zoomed in on his tooth, I was like,
man.
yo, I'm like, that's missing from other episodes. You can just tell, like, yo, the detail is and the attention to detail is not there. It's very, very jarring.
For real.
and that ties back into my issues that I had with the show that I was trying to say in the Discord chat. Like
Yeah.
when it comes to the Netflix show, the city of New York itself was a character.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have nobody had to tell you that that city was in ruin and that it was a the devil's playground. Like nobody needed to tell you that. You could see it. What do they do in the Marvel show? You get 2 or 3 cutaways an episode where it's a newscast where they interview people. Hey, somebody got robbed today. That was crazy, wasn't it? Like just doing.
Oh, the BB's
Yeah, that
show.
is
I
terrible.
listen. I like that aspect because it was showing like different like point of views to kind of build up the whole fist thing. But then they dropped it after like
I'm gonna tell you
But
what
that's the
fucked it
thing.
up.
That's the
one.
thing. They're getting random point of views, whereas this was built into the atmosphere in the environment in the
Exactly.
Netflix show. Like it was just built up, and it was like a tension that built continuously. It wasn't just people popping in like, "Hey, you know what
Yeah.
happened today?"
And what happened to the random recurring characters? Remember that nigga who used to, the black guy who used to always show up in every show, and he was like, "Yo, what
Oh,
the
that was
fuck?"
one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, it's like, dog, what happened to like the random recurring guys? Like, cause it's like that. It's like they had him. The one guy, I thought the guy who robbed that box of popcorn was gonna keep coming back. He was only there for one episode, so I thought he was gonna be a recurring character. Like you have the Eric guy from the first season that got the news reporter. He ended up dying in the first season, of course. But it's like they don't have like good side characters anymore, especially
Yeah,
with
that was
Foggy.
what I was gonna say, Tarek.
Yeah,
That was
like
what I was
Foggy's
saying.
not in the show no more. Then Karen's not there, so I'm like, yo, what the? Where are the side plots going on? It's like, yes, the Daredevil show, the first 3 seasons had a lot of, I guess, converging plots, but it was interesting to see how everything was coming together. Now it feels like, oh, it's Fisk and Daredevil.
Yeah,
Like,
they make no effort to build up any of the characters
yeah,
at
it's
all.
like,
At
yeah,
And
all.
and
it's not even just trying to build them up. Like the characters fucking suck and they're stupid, bro. Like Cherry, bro, stupid. Don't like them. The only one I like the black girl. What's her
the
name?
lawyer,
Is
the
it?
lawyer,
Yeah,
Kirsten.
yeah.
You know
She's
what's
cool.
insane about that? You know what's insane? Here's how bad they are at building up characters. In that
Yeah,
episode where, spoiler alert, they kill Muse, which was such a waste of a. Oh my god!
stupidness,
Oh my god!
stupidness, bro,
When they kill
stupidness.
Muse, you know how bad they are at building characters. Shorty that shot him, I didn't even recognize the fact that that was the girl that Matt was popping the whole show. I was like, "Who is this girl?" And then after I was like, "Oh, that was her. I don't even remember her.
Yeah, because you know
That's
what,
crazy."
her hair
She
was up.
pisses me off too,
Yeah,
though, because like her whole thing, like they build up the whole thing of her being a therapist for Fisk and Vanessa. But they should have built up from episode one, her being a therapist for, or was it episode two? I think they interacted, the three. It should have been a build up of her having a therapy sessions with Muse. But they never did that. They just said episode seven, we're just gonna do it right now, out of nowhere, and yeah, we're gonna attempt to kill her. And then her stupid reasoning, bro, she pisses me off. She's a stupid fucking character. She's like, oh yeah, Daredevil didn't save me. I saved myself. Bitch, you was about to have your blood all over the fucking office, bro.
Matt should have
Like, what are you
slapped that
talking
bitch. They
about?
would have never believed she got beat up by a blind man. He could
Like,
have got a mean DV off and got away with it. He should have. What?
Hey, yo, whoa,
I wouldn't do it because I have my vision. I would never
yeah,
hit a woman because I have my vision. But if I was
whoa,
blind, I might get it off once or twice.
yo,
what is
that's crazy.
I'm here to keep it a buck, baby.
Yo, that's not a bug. That's a what the fuck, nigga. Yo, you punchy man?
yeah. Hold on,
I
You
let me
said,
play.
condone,
I
Let me,
said, if, I said
you
if I was, I
condoning
said if I was
punchy
Matt Murdock.
man.
I'm not Matt
hold on,
Murdock.
I
I
gotta
don't
play
hit
the
You
women.
outro for that one,
condoning
man.
punchy
We'll catch y'all
man.
next week.
Did he not punch a lecturer in the face? That's domestic violence. That was a girl. That was his girl.
Yo,
That was a girl. He's a
yo.
woman beater. Now all of a sudden he's not a woman beater. Look at Disney messing up the character. Look at
Hey, okay, that's different because Electric can fight.
well, that bitch a stone cold killer. We seen her.
Yeah,
No,
no, she thinks she the dog shit of that
That
nigga. I was like, oh shit. I was like,
she
oh
shot
shit,
dude
she
in the
about to
face.
fuck out that nigga. I was like,
No,
damn.
what? Listen, I'm just saying he could have at least mushed her.
Yeah, and that's the I think that's another
Copy
thing where
style.
I'm
My
like,
bad.
I don't get why like I'm like, dog, if he wouldn't show up, you'd have been dead. The nigga would have like you would have been chopped up. Um, yeah, I just feel like the characterization is not as strong as a Netflix series, and it's like
it's
this
not.
is why you have to have filler episodes because those filler episodes help build characters up, and that's why I didn't
Built the
mind
world.
season. Yeah, you need those episodes where nothing's really going on with the main plot, so you can understand the motivations of some of the side characters. Because those side characters end up coming back in some sort of way, and it helps having them have that background information. So when they do help the main character out, or they do like kind of reinforce the story, it makes sense. And my thing with this season, I kind of worried at the end of the season they're gonna start bringing in like the random side characters who didn't have that much development, and then they're gonna do something crazy, and we're not gonna understand why they did it because until the episode happens. So this is why build up and having filler episodes is very, very, very important. And I feel like the Netflix guys got it That's why people complain about how slow the seasons were on Netflix. I'm like, yeah, but that's how character development works. You can't develop a character in one episode. You gotta continuously see them like reach that convergence point or like where plots converge, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is why this is connected this way. And that's what I feel like with this. It's like it doesn't like connect at all. This is why I'm scared for them to even bring Jessica Jones back, because even with that, the Netflix shows it's a detective show, and they kind of but you need to like flesh out everything so it makes sense. So you're also solving the crime with with the characters in the show. You
I can
really
already see
can't
them
do
ruining that
yeah
that character because I like Jessica as a
Yeah.
character. The show wasn't that great. Kilgrave was phenomenal.
yeah
Jessica was
great.
cool,
I
but I
think
could already
the
I
season
could
was
see
great.
them ruining her character.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna escape away from what her motivations are, and it's hard. Honestly, I don't know what Matt's really doing this season. In a sense, like I don't understand why he's doing what he's doing, and I don't understand why Fisk is doing what he's doing. Like they're telling us, but we don't actually see like what's going on. And I feel like the next season did show us like, all right, we know why Matt's doing what he's doing. We know why Fisk is doing what he's doing, and we know like we know how Fisk like when he did something, we know how it affected everyone else on the show. When Fisk does something in the show, I'm not sure if it's really affecting anybody
Well,
but
you know
Matt.
what it is too though. It's really Vanessa has been pulling the strings on a lot of shit, while Fish has
Yeah,
been
that's what
doing
they
his own
revealed last
thing.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it
and
just it's
and you know his whole thing is I'm trying to say fuck the vigilantes and get them the fuck up out of here and build his own task force. And you already seen how that like this whole season feels like a world building season just to set up season two, and that's a bad thing and a good thing at
That's
the
a
same
big problem
time.
that Marvel's been having since post Endgame. Everything's world building. Nothing seems like an actual story. Like
well, and the thing is, the
Yeah,
world building don't even do it because it's like they world build and don't ever mention it again until years later. I'm like, dog, it's like the Tiamat thing with the in with the what's the shit called the Celestial. Like you
hmm
released the Eternals in 2019 or 2020, I forgot what year it was, and you don't mention the shit for damn near 5 6 years. How do you expect the audience to remember what was going on? Yes, the nerds are gonna remember because we're nerds, but like
yeah, that's
the general
insane.
audience isn't, and even the nerds, you're like, yo, come on, y'all didn't mention this dude for 5 years. Now you're like, oh wow, well, look, he's in the ocean, and we have adamantium now. Yes, I understand the rights for X-Men and shit like that. So there was some out like real world implications to why they couldn't do what they did. So I'm gonna give them a little slack with that. But they've also done that across the board. All their movies were like their movies are world building, but they're all disconnected from each other. So you're not really world building.
Hmm.
You're just adding shit
Yeah,
for the sake of adding shit, but you're not actually connecting anything. And that's what the original MCU did so well was like they made everything kind of connect. Yes, it may have been a smaller purview because it wasn't like a whole multiverse, but now it's like I feel like it's just everything is just like just its own separate thing, and then oh, we're gonna have a little movie here where they all meet and say hi and never see each other again.
that was also kind of why I like the filler episode in Born Again because like it also reminded you like, hey, we're still like it may be a street level and grounded show, but it's still connected to the bigger universe of the
Oh, the
MCU.
MC, yeah.
Like it was really good and played out to me.
Yeah, and that's what the original Netflix shows did really good. Like like they because they used to reference, oh yeah, Hulk was in New York yesterday, he fucked us up or something. And you
Yeah,
hear the randomly on like some like bystanders too, and that's another thing that's missing too. The bystanders don't do shit. It's like we don't
yeah,
get New York, the actual New York.
well, yeah.
It
What Buck
yeah,
was saying, yeah,
man, yeah, like it just feels like an empty ass city, and only Matt Murdock and Fisk is in it, and that to me
yeah,
sounds crazy. It's like
yeah,
yo, this is a city with 8 million people. Like you have to include more people, characters, and like it just feels as so like I don't know, like they're making the show through a small lens, and I'm like, yes, they're street level heroes, but there's a way to kind of enhance this to make this actually feel like, all right, this is important. It just feels like in a grand scheme of MCU, this doesn't mean anything to anyone. And I didn't get that from the first Daredevil season or even any of the original
yeah,
Netflix shows. I still felt like what they were doing was very, very important, even though it wasn't some Thanos level threat. I do feel like they made it seem like, oh, they're actually making a difference. In this season, I don't really get that. I just get there's like feel like a personal vendetta thing between the two, and it's not really for the good of New York. And that may be a story thing, and that's probably where maybe the end of the show it'll probably kind of reveal that. But if it's not that, then I'm gonna be kind of disappointed.
yeah. It's a wait and see, but I'm still overall I like the show. The new writers are Yeah, I'll say new writers because the old team it's so funny that episode 8 answered a lot of questions that the old team just dropped from like episode 2. So like I'm very hopeful, and it's just showing just good potential with the
Yeah.
show. Our last topic though, let's get into it. Warfare from A24. Man, I want to say first off before Mafia, Tarek, y'all dive into y'all reviews. Um, the people that are lying on social media saying this is a propaganda film. You didn't watch the film. You're full of shit. It's not that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. How did y'all feel about the film?
I thought it was actually pretty good for it to not have a big cast and the majority of the movie just to take place in a small house. That was pretty unique. Well, not unique, but that was a pretty creative experience.
Yeah, I mean, the people were saying it was a propaganda movie, and I'm not like for the U.S. military at all. Like I'm not for any military, so I'm very very anti-war and shit like that. So I thought it was gonna be some 6 days in Fallujah thing with that game where like they're gonna like only show the
Yeah,
perspective of like the U.S. soldiers and kind of make it like, oh, look at these savages out here and shit like that, and America rah rah rah. It wasn't that. It was very very like it wasn't dramatized. It was very very like boot to the ground. I'm gonna say the best thing about that movie, and I don't want to say it's like the only good thing, but the sound in that movie is amazing.
Yes.
Dog, those gun sounds. I had to turn around. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
yeah.
I was like, "Cause I've heard like a machine gun get shut off before," and I was like, "Yo, this shit sound
No.
like it's in the room with me." Like my ears wasn't like ringing, but the sound effect of like the large machine gun like going off, and then the airplane flies by. I was like,
Oh,
yo,
that was
it,
great.
it was some good and I wasn't even in some special theater. I was in a regular digital cinema, and the sound was
Oh, and it was
absolutely
still
like,
bumping.
amazing.
Wow.
So let me ask you and Saint a question because Saint, you saw it too, right?
Mhm.
I said you saw it
In
too, right?
IMAX. Yeah.
So how was that tension for y'all? Like, I had heard you and Tarek mention a few times, like y'all brought up a foot. So when I went to the movie,
Oh man.
I was nervous for a while because it's just like, okay, someone's definitely about to get their head taken off. Cause I just feel it. But how they just looking through the scope at the building and stuff, and it was just until that grenade scene happened, I was just real tense throughout the whole movie.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
dog, and that grenade scene, the way they did it, because you couldn't, dog, you could not.
Could
This is
not.
not supposed to, but it was not predictable. It was just it just happened. Like, I'm like, oh shit, and you know what? This is gonna sound wholly cliche, but dog, I almost ducked under my fucking seat. I was like, oh shit, that's because they all looked at it. I was like, yo, that's a you got to watch it, but it wasn't like some fake reaction. Like because you're a human being, you can't react to shit that fast. You got to like, look at something. All right, that's actually a grenade.
yeah.
And then you actually go, oh shit, nigga, that's a grenade. Get the fuck down. So I like how they kind of just it seemed very, very realistic. Like when the big scene happened and the leg thing happened, I was like, yo, I was not expecting that shit. Cause like, oh, I'm like, oh, all right, cool, cool. Boom. I'm like, oh shit. Like
Yeah.
it felt so real. Even the aftershock, like nothing felt like it looked like you were actually at the actual battle, dog. It
It,
just
it
felt it was crazy.
it was the best depiction of PTSD from different point of views,
Yeah.
and how it affects one person and others. It doesn't affect them until you know what I mean. Like it hits them 20 minutes later, or it's hitting them immediately. Like this is so
Yeah.
crazy. And the moment the one scene, I'll just leave it at that. The one scene where it was an explosion, with the IED. I almost jumped in my seat. It was damn near like you know how like you watch a horror film and it's like a jump scare.
Right?
That's how the sound was. And I'm watching the IMAX, so I just imagine Adobe how it would feel, bro. And like, yo, like even Mafia said it was tense because like bro, the intro was so fucking brilliant because it shows like the human side of the soldiers before being on the assignment, and then the drastic change once they're on the assignment is so fucking tense. Like, yo, it's so fucking realistic and a really good depiction, and it also shows three point of views, and that's why I love the film so much. That it shows three point of views of different groups. It's not as direct as other films would say, or how they would do it, because it's not like a dramatized film where it's like a story per se. This is like because I think it was Elliot, right? He's the one that told the story, and
Yeah.
that's how they adapted it. Because this was based on a true story, like it actually happened, and it's really just a retelling of the event. Now, with no narration or anything like that. Like this is what fucking happened.
Yeah, it was
And it's
drama. What they say, dramatization.
Yeah.
Dramatization.
I wouldn't even like really say because you know how you have Black Hawk Down and Zero Dark 30, where there's like kind of like this is a story driven movie. That's
Hmm.
not what this
No, I
is.
just feel like someone had a camera in that battlefield, dog. That
Literally.
it's I you know what? And I watched so many like war films before, the Band of Brothers, which is like a show, and you
Yeah.
could tell like, oh, this is definitely like dramatized, for like cinematic effect. I'm not gonna lie, dog. I didn't. It doesn't. I didn't feel like I was watching a movie. I feel like I was watching like people actually like scared to lose their fucking life. Dog, when that dude was screaming in the theater, dog, it felt like that's the most realistic. Like I'm in
It
the
was
medical field.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I've heard people scream before. Like I've worked in a hospital before. I've been on people who like with GSW gunshot wounds and shit like that, and
Yeah.
that's how they fucking scream. It's not like the shit you see in like other movies where like people, are, oh my god, no, the way the dude was screaming, I was like, yo, that's how people sound like when they get shot. Like I was surprised, like or with traumatic injuries and stuff like that. I don't know how he got that replicated that, but that was airy. It kind of shook me a little bit hearing that. I'm like, yo,
For real.
this dude is really screaming like it's so realistic. Like it's and going to this movie, I wasn't expecting anything crazy. Maybe that's why I liked it so much. But yeah, whoever did the sound like mixing and whoever told that guy to scream like that, they need to get
And
some
they need
type
to
of
get
like
bored.
dog. It was very, very, very real, and I feel like it is gonna make some people uncomfortable because it does show you kind of the reality of like you're there 1 second and then you're not.
Yeah, like this
Yeah,
ain't no game. This ain't no fairy tale.
yeah,
Like
you
this
ain't
is
responding
real
from this
shit.
nigga. Like,
But that gore was crazy when you saw the dude's like heart just
Yeah, it was
out.
just
dog,
like,
they had this nigga
yo,
drums leg
man.
like a drumstick laying there. I'm like, yo, someone, and it's like they kept, I think they did it on purpose. They kept
They
going
did.
back to it. I'm like, because it makes you uncomfortable because it's just sitting there like that. There's no second chance for that nigga. Like it's over for
Exactly.
him.
And
So
A
it's one
room
it,
with
it,
Jesus.
listen, it's one of those films where you're you're either gonna be that type of I'm never gonna watch this again, like Iron Claw, which this is also the next.
Hey,
Both of those movies got
A24
a.
tax.
Mhm.
A24 tax. Either it's gonna be the strangest movie you ever seen, or it's trying to make you cry.
Yep, it's one of those movies where you're never like you're either gonna watch it again or it's like Iron Claw where you can't watch it again because it's so fucking emotional.
I mean,
And
if you knew about the Von Erichs before, you probably could watch it again. I probably could watch it again. I probably could.
I couldn't.
yeah,
I can't.
and that's the light version of it. They
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
purposely,
Like I watched Dark Side of the Ring episode for that. So like
yeah,
compared to the movie, yeah, visually sad as fuck. But when you find out, oh,
it's
he
even
lost
more so.
another brother,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
This movie, I feel like if you are a soldier, you're probably gonna. I don't know if you have
yeah.
PTSD. I'd probably recommend you not like
Not to watch it.
watch this shit because this just the sound, the gun sounds itself. It's dog. It's not like they had. I don't know what they had to be using live rounds because that shit sound like it sounded so like real.
It's crazy.
Like the movie. I was like, yo, I kept turning because I'm paranoid on the movie theater because
Yeah,
I don't trust white people in theater, dog. But
Facts.
I was turning around. I was like, "Yo, this
oh,
sounds crazy." If you're outside the theater and you heard that shit, you probably think someone was
niggas
fucking
real.
like was shooting in the theater. And I'm like, "Yo, this." And I turned around and I kept looking. I'm like, "Yo, that machine gun sounds so like real." And
Realistic.
it,
And
and,
when
yeah,
they did the danger close multiple times, this to warn
yeah.
the terrorists. I grew up in a military household, and a thing that rest in peace of my pops, he would take me to the military base, and we would go to the air shows. We would do the donations and sell
Mm.
snacks and shit. So hearing that in the theater, I damn near like felt like I was at the air show again because those planes, they are loud. Like those jets, they're loud as fuck, bro. Like
especially
I've
not low to
never
the
Whoever
ground.
counting makes
I've
sense.
never gone to one of those air shows, but they got some shit out here for me that I could. But I was like, that ain't really my bag.
Go to it. At least go
Yeah,
once in your life, bro. It's a different experience. And
we
this,
have here's something here called Thunder over Louisville. So before the Derby, they had this air show, and I'm not gonna lie, when we first moved here, I didn't know about this shit. So
go to it.
I was driving downtown, and this plane comes low as fuck. I'm like, nigga, I
Hmm.
checked CNN and think we're under attack or something. My friend was like, nah, nah. My friend was like, nah, it's not. It's Thunder. It's an air show. 'Cause I
Hmm.
never seen. I'm like, no, why is there a fighter jet this low in the city? Like
Hey,
going.
boy.
And they're
Hey,
trained to do
okay,
that shit,
okay.
bro.
So check it. So I'm in AZ. So they have this spot called Luke Air Force Base.
Hmm.
So if you remember the Super Bowl where Seattle and the Patriots in Arizona, and you remember the Jets got that they came from there. They came from there. Where I used to live, it felt like them niggas were going down my street. I swear to God that it felt that
Wow,
low.
bro.
If you ever if you live on my side and them flying, and like if the windows open, I could be in this call right now, no headphones, y'all would hear the jet go by. I swear to
Yep.
God.
And that just shook my car because it flew over my head. I'm like, yo, and it was still like high up, but the boom it hit like because it was flying like throughout the whole like downtown. And I couldn't like, and as I never was that close to like an actual jet engine before. Like, of course, I took a plane before, but you know, you're in the plane is a little different from you being outside of it, hearing that shit take off. So
Hmm.
yeah, with during the danger close scene, I was like, yo, that is. I did not. I was
That
like,
was
yo,
accurate.
it reminded me just over like Thunder over Louisville. Cause that shit
Yep.
scared the shit out of me, and in the theater, I was like, "Yo, that shit like kind of shook my seat a bit." I was like, "Yo, this is like good sound design." It reminded me of Top Gun because Top Gun had really good sound design,
Hey.
but this is
Exactly.
way more visceral.
Hmm.
This is way more visceral because this sounded like the shit was outside the fucking theater. I was like, this is
Literally.
insane.
And we didn't even say like the casting is this. I'm not gonna hold you. These are the guys that are the future of cinema right now. Because you got Poulter, that's his name, right?
Yeah, yeah. Who's
Um,
the dude from what's
he
his
was
name?
from Guardians of the Galaxy. He was
Where the Millers.
Adam
Adam
Warlock.
Warlock. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're the
Oh, that
Millers.
nigga, yeah. That
Yeah, the
nigga's been on a little.
Bear.
He
He's
been
been
on a
on a
little
run.
run. He
He's
been
been
on a
on a
little
run.
run. He been on a little run.
You got Joseph Quinn, who's going to be the Human Torch. He's also was in the
He's
Gladiator 2.
a Gladiator 2. He was in.
Listen,
Hey, he was on
him.
season 5 of the Stranger Things.
Yeah, he
That nigga,
was.
he's on a run.
He's on a
He's on a
run.
run. He's on a
Both
run.
Oh,
both of
that
those.
was him.
That
Oh
was
And
him.
he
shit.
and he and he
Hmm.
fucking Doja Cat.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
those
having a hell of a
two,
run.
hell of a run. Those two, they were the best performers, especially with Portrait Broke. Like he literally has a moment of displaying
Man,
PTSD where I'm like, yo,
white privilege
Mm.
is crazy.
he was
Go
doing
ahead,
good.
continue.
You had
Continue.
the Tony Soprano actor. His son is in there. He's also in Daredevil as well. Um, there's a lot of young guys in there, familiar faces. Oh, and the guy from Shogun, the Englishman. Oh, do y'all know his
Oh
name?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Um,
forgot his name. Yeah.
he's in there, and he did one of the best performances. Like it's so tough. Like all the guys came in there on their A game, bro. When it came to the performances and showing the emotions and everything, like I highly recommend watching this. And I'm not gonna hold you. This might be my number one film of the year so
Also,
far.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. For
Um,
sure. Yeah.
and listen, I know people were getting on me last year for giving out the fives and the fours. This is my movie with the five. I don't go by the stars, but if you were to ask me about the star system letterbox, it's 5 stars right now. I gave it 100. I have no negatives for this film. It's a must see.
Yeah, this is one of those films where like I wasn't even gonna watch it this week until someone I forgot who in movie guys told like it was like, yo, this is fire. I think it was Peg. And I was like, yo, I was gonna watch it next week, and then I ended up canceling my amateur. Was it the amateur or whatever? I ended
Yeah,
up canceling that shit instead and watching this, and I feel so much better about doing that. I'm
amateur
not
so
gonna give
well
it.
and shit.
Yeah, I was, I was pleasantly surprised. I love war movie, even though I'm like not like for the military and shit like that. I'm not like super support of raw or like at least the patriot, the Americanized version of it. Like people are like rah rah for the military. I'm not like that,
Yeah,
but and of course this movie wasn't, and this movie is not a propaganda movie
at all.
at all. So it's not like American Sniper, which that nigga's a piece of shit.
Fuck that movie.
Um, this like, yeah, if you could stomach it, um, there's definitely some gory scenes. If you got a queasy stomach, I would not recommend you watch the movie. But
Yeah,
if you can stomach some gore, this is a good hour and 30 minutes. It wasn't even that long. Hour and 30 minute
was it?
experience. It's like a
It's just out
9.5
there.
out of 10 to me.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that means something. They be I don't know why, but there's been a 2 hour movie tax going on that I don't think every movie need to be 2 hours. Let's be honest here.
Speak on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. To be honest, I actually wouldn't mind seeing more of this movie. But for what we had, I'm satisfied. Uh, I went at 11 o'clock show, and it wasn't that much people in it. But the people, I could tell people were like in. You could just tell the vibes of a theater. You could tell people are like locked into watching this. Like the
Oh yeah,
three of the
no.
guys.
When you're in a room with people that actually wanted to see the movie,
Yeah.
it's way different than niggas that kind of just walked in leisurely or niggas that got forced to watch it with whoever they with. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
Nah,
saying? Like,
people are into this shit because everyone's reaction was the same. 'Cause when the crazy scenes hit, I see someone's head like pop up like because my head popped up too. And I was like, oh shit. We both looked at each other because we were like, yo, what the fuck? And when the gun started going off, we both like looked around. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And there's like only 5 or 6 of us in the theater. But when your reactions kind of match, people that movies got you like hooked. And that
exactly.
movie from the beginning to the end, like I could not like. Usually, sometimes in a movie, I look at my phone. Nigga, I didn't look at my phone at all. I was like, "Yo,
Yes.
this movie was like really good." So I'm happy I watched it. If you should watch this theater though, like this is a movie y'all got to go and fuck streaming for now. Go watch this in theater. Watch the streaming later. Like, please go watch this movie. Like,
In
it's
IMAX and in Dolby,
yeah.
if you have it in your theater, go see it in Dolby. You will
Spend the
not.
money. Spend the money. Go spend the money. It's well worth it. If you like war movies, you're gonna like this movie.
Mafia. What do you give the your score or your overall conclusion of the movie?
Shoot. I'm gonna give this like a A minus.
Yeah,
he had
it's
to go
I
there.
agree. I agree. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Cause like Tarek said, I would have liked to have seen more of this, but I definitely would have liked to have seen like the other guy's perspective. The I don't know what you call them,
The
but the guys.
Iraqi,
yeah,
I would,
Rockies.
it would have been nice to probably see their side of it too.
And I think they showed their side, but it just like I said, it wasn't direct. It
Yeah.
was one of those things where this movie. That's why I say it's not a propaganda film because it questions your the U.S.'s morality. Because there's a scene. I won't say anything else. It's just a scene where you go, "What the fuck are y'all doing?" You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah,
just
Not only that, Saint, it's just like how certain stuff in the movie happens. Just like, hey, are y'all gonna bag them up or what? Because you remember how, without spoiling, how the one dude was like, you know what? Just say you so and so we can get this shit.
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
It's you know what? It's not like so. Well, you know what? When I watched Civil War last year, it's kind of gave me the same feeling. Where I know Civil War is way more dramatized, but it was one of those movies where I wasn't expecting. I was like, damn, this. I don't know how good. I like Civil War. I know some
Yeah,
people
I
didn't
do
like
too.
it, but
Same.
this movie is my Civil War this year. Where like that shit was in my top 5 last
And
year.
that, by the way, this is also I think it was written and produced. Well, I know it's co-directed for sure with Garland. You know, that did
Civil War
Civil
was
War.
A24 too, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey, look. Low key, I wish I had a script ready for A24 because them niggas really will. If it's good enough, they don't give a fuck. They do not care. I swear to God.
nah,
I swear to God.
they got some magic there, dog. Like,
yeah, you do.
I,
No, it's not them. They all they do is throw a bag at a nigga.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
and all you gotta do is you barely gotta sweet talk them. They be like, "Oh, this what you trying to do? Bet, go ahead." What? Like, did y'all see what was that movie about
oh no.
Shawty that was a weightlifter trying to be like
Oh yeah, Love Lies.
right there? That
Yeah,
shit right, bro. That shit
Lies
is
Bleeding. That's what it's called. Love
fried
Lies
as
Bleeding.
fuck.
Loved
Fried
it.
as fuck. It's not bad. It's not a bad
Not
film.
fun.
It's not a bad film. I think they kind of went a little too crazy, but overall, you see what I'm saying? Like A24, we could go into Hereditary. We could talk about Midsummer. We could talk about Love Lies Bleeding. We could talk about. That's a couple more. A24 really just throw it back. Dream was it Dream Scenario?
Oh, I
They
saw that.
still haven't seen that.
they
Eh,
will they will throw a bag at anybody to fund you as long as your pitch is good. I swear to God, it make no sense what be going on in that. It's no cohesion, no cohesion. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, man. That's our review on it. We probably gonna talk about it next week. On Movie Guys, of course. But yeah, man, I appreciate Buck coming on, Mafia, and Tyrek. It's a good show today, man. While we're doing outros, do you guys have any church announcements? Anything? Any projects?
Shoot.
okay.
Join. Go ahead, Mafia. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, I saw The Amateur today. It is a completely average movie.
Oh
Mhm.
shit!
I'd
What movie?
say
That nigga
The
said the
Amateur.
amateur.
Oh, okay.
2 hour movie. Like Tarek said, some of these movies don't need to be 2 hours. I get it.
That was me. That was me. And
Oh, that
I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
my
Go ahead.
bad,
Go ahead.
fam. Oh, like you said, movies don't need to be 2 hours now. What it did, it didn't waste your time really. Even though it was 2 hours, it got to the point whatever it was trying to do quick enough. But
Do
it
you think?
just
Do you think it could have been trimmed down?
yes, it could have been trimmed down.
Yeah,
That's
you
It
all I'm
could
making
have
me
gonna
been.
not
say.
want to watch it, bro. Like I'm like, I already didn't want to watch it because I thought the trailer looked bad. But
I kind of liked the trailer, but like that wasn't a movie I was going to see in theaters. I ain't gonna
It's
hold you.
not a bad
yeah,
movie.
Hey, I'm wait. If I feel like that type of movie, I sense Peacock. I sense Peacock.
that would
It
have
will be
worked,
there.
bro.
I sense
Now
Peacock.
you say that, yeah.
I sense Peacock. Cause that's when I saw. So I watched that. Speak No Evil with McAvoy, James McAvoy. I saw that on Peacock. I ain't watched that
Have
in
you seen
theaters.
the original?
Overrated.
There's an original.
Bro, they made the movie a year after it came out. It was a
Yeah.
foreign film, a Dutch film, but it was in English. And they remade it a year later with James
Hey,
McAvoy.
Yep.
The original,
Americans love to do that because they did that shit with
The
what's
Bullet
that
Train.
vampire? What's that vampire movie? No, it's a vampire
let the
movie.
right one in. And
My
then they made
nigga,
Let Me In.
hey, you are a whore nigga. My nigga,
E-Rock could never.
Yeah,
my
never
right,
E-Rock.
my nigga. Because I watched the Americanized version. I didn't know it was already been. You know what I'm saying?
At least
They
that movie had been out of like it was in a different language. At least this was in English, and they remade it a year later.
That's hilarious.
I
Absolutely.
what I will say the one with McAvoy did a good job acting in it.
Hey, no, but it's McAvoy.
It
You
was
know what I'm saying? Like, when's the last time you see a movie with him and he wasn't in his damn Duffy? Like,
yeah. That was a given, but it was a shot for shot remake up until the third act, which they completely changed, and it changes the tone and the feeling coming out of the movie completely. The original is a completely different ending. I won't spoil it for you, so go watch it just for that third act alone. That third act is the third
Yeah.
act in the original is
okay,
much better than the third act in the
it's
remake.
better. It's
Yeah,
better. Interesting.
it,
Interesting. Okay,
like
okay.
coming out of the See No Evil, you're like, oh man, that was cool. You watch the original, that ending will stick with you.
Nah.
The
Okay,
remake, the
okay.
ending doesn't stick with you. It's like, oh, cool, that was a fun little movie. The original, you'll walk away and like 4 hours later, just out of nowhere, be like,
Yeah. Hey,
damn.
I need that. I need that.
Yeah,
I need
go
that.
watch that. Go watch the
Okay.
original.
But
Okay, I'll
shit.
keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, man. We're gonna go ahead and end the stream because I know Blaze is already live. We kind of
Hmm. Big
intertwined.
Brando, follow the IG, follow the Patreon,
Wait, what?
subscribe. It's $5. Help your boy out. Exclusive reviews on the way. Come on now. Big foe, big foe, big foe, big foe.
But
Don't
where
let the
where can they follow you at?
at DOXBRNDO25 on IG, on Twitter, on Blue Sky, nigga, on YouTube, on Patreon. It ain't hard to find a nigga. I promise you. Link
All
in the
right,
bio.
fire, fire. Buck, you got anything cooking?
Nah,
Keep it
nothing
catching.
cooking, nothing cooking. I just be chilling. One movie, I don't know if y'all reviewed this on the movie guys. If you did, I might have missed it. But September 5th was a movie that came out in January.
I
You
missed
talk
it,
about
bro.
best movies of the year. That's my best movie of the year so far. I have not seen the new war film. But September 5th, I just saw it last week. That's my best movie of the year so far. That joint is fire. If you ain't seen it, go see it.
Fire. Mafia, you got anything cooking on the channel?
Not off the top of my head, not right now.
Mhm. That nigga thinking about a glizzy right now.
No,
No,
sir.
that's
No,
Peggy.
sir.
That is Peggy.
That's Peggy. He
Same
probably
nigga.
got one in his mouth right now.
Yo.
Ew.
On that note, again, shout out to Rec Mafia Buck coming on. And we'll catch you guys on the next episode, man. We won't be on next week,
We bi-weekly. You know what it is.
bi-weekly. This was just a special just to make up for all the pods we missed. And
Mm-hmm.
you can catch Movie Guys next week. We'll be talking about Sinners. And yeah.
Saturday, nigga. I might make an
Yeah.
appearance. Bitch.
Yeah, we're gonna make that happen. Alrighty, y'all. Peace.
Keep it cinema.
What's good, brother?